today. I'm the Gray Strega, and I'm here to give you your daily collective read for today. We are going to get started on today's daily collective read in the next few minutes, but if you would like to get on the list for a reading, the list, as always, is open. As always, it is 3 cards for a donation of $29 or more. 4 cards for a donation of $23 or more for my subscribers, Banks in my Lio. Please keep in mind there are 2 things I do not read for across these apps: pregnancy and medical. Happy to give insight on anything in private readings, and you can book private readings on my site. We are also doing 2 giveaways today. Our first reading giveaway is going to be a free reading for the highest gifter between now and the conclusion of the daily collective read. Our other giveaway is going to be a reading giveaway when we get to 50K likes. So make sure you're tapping that screen. We will get to 50K in no time. Prior to beginning today's daily collective read, I will be giving a brief recap on what we've been seeing in the cards over the last few days. If you would like to find that full reading, you can find it over on the place where we keep the videos. You can also find it on the place where we keep the photos. You can also find it as a podcast over on my spot at Tarot Church and over on my Stack. But before we get started, first and foremost, scale of 1 to 10, how are you doing today? There are no wrong answers. How do I describe this energy right now? The way I want to describe it, and I want to, the thing we need to be kind of conscientious about is we're coming out of a very, very transformative new moon cycle. That this new moon potentially packed a real wall up because we went into it with a lot of scorpionic energy. Mars and Mercury were both in Scorpio. As we spoke about, the moon moved into Scorpio almost mere hours after we had that new moon hit. And we're moving into Scorpio season. Now, what is potentially feeling a little bit of a conflict point with all of this Scorpio energy? Because Scorpio energy is predicated on change, the change outside of the self, the change within the self, navigating the ocean of change, what we're trying to change, what we're pushing back against changing. We have on terms of all of that. At the same time that we've got all of that change energy, we also have Neptune dipping back into Pisces. Now, here's the thing about it. Neptune likes being in Pisces. Neptune likes being in Pisces a little too much, okay? And here's the thing about it. The thing I like to talk about when we see Neptune in Pisces cycles is how we sometimes get comfortable with our own uncomfortability, right? It gives a lot, like, to me, Neptune in Pisces is all about, like, the lady doth protest too much, which, if you're not aware, is a quote from Shakespeare, right? There's these modalities by which we start complaining about things, or we articulate our frustration about something, but it feels good, right? It feels indulgent. It feels cathartic, because often our pain carries with it the hallmark of familiarity. And we sometimes struggle with this because, and we're going to talk a lot about this because we got Uranus that is also about to retrograde back into Taurus, right? The past is tempting, even if the past isn't perfect, because the past is recognizable. The past is familiar. And the thing we often have to work through with Neptune in Pisces, as well as Uranus in Taurus, is feeling all of that change, right? All of that progressive action that scorpionic journeys almost call out within us, right? And we also talk about the fact that, and this is how Scorpio and Taurus can often help each other, but this is also why, like, sometimes they're at each other's throats, because it's a continuation of understanding that the only way, and this is the paradox of comfort, the only way to feel comfort about something, if you've got a comfort zone, right? If you've got a cozy little comfort zone, the only way you can increase your comfort zone is if you step out of it. Okay. And we've all gone through those moments, like, I don't want to change, right? It's those modalities or those experiences that we hold on with a lot of that fortitude to the things we feel familiar with, even if they annoy us, even if we get sick of things. And again, and that's how, again, Scorpio and Taurus can kind of help each other, because it's the modality of the experience of understanding that when we move to change, when we move to change with a sense of a conviction or with a sense of determination, it allows the modality by which we often say to ourselves, I have no idea what I'm doing. Right? But it's like, but it's the feeling of conscious effort. It's like moving into the Fool energy that says, I have no idea I have no idea what I'm going to find, but I know there's got to be something, like beyond something, but beyond the frustration that we experience or we find ourselves in. Whereas, and this is often like the difference, and versus the difference of feeling like energetically dragged, right? Energetically dragged by the universe into circumstances or situations. It really is like, it's a matter of perspective. And this is having, and again, and this is also very important too, because the context through which one does that, right? The difference between working through something with that sense of determination and with that sense of energetic, like stabilization, versus the feeling of being pulled, like that's what calibrates something that feels, that creates a sense of anticipation versus a feeling of dread. And if you're feeling more dread right now, I would just like to remind you that we've got that Pluto has station direct. And remember how I was saying that Pluto in retrograde, often I didn't mind Pluto in retrograde. I was going through the litany of planets and planetary bodies in retrograde. And I was saying like, oh, Pluto's in retrograde, which is like, is actually doing us a favor, because Pluto in retrograde is often feels like a haunted house in the summertime. But like, when the fact that we're going through all of this change energy at the same time as we're feeling the resistance point of the planets that are going through the retrograde season, as Uranus is now pulling back into Taurus, that Pluto going stationing direct is just like the cherry on top, in terms of being like, would you like a little dread with that? Would you like a little bit of dread with all of that change? This is having a different impact depending on where one finds oneself on the frequency cycles. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, there's 3 different phases, the energy in separation right now, going through moon lessons, 3 different phases that we're effectively identifying for the energy in separation. But the catalyst in all of those phases has to do with transformation, right? But all of that scorpionic energy right now. I'm going to tell you right now, I see something here that is positive. I see something here that is energetically supportive. I see that there are pockets, I keep hearing there are pockets of positive transformation that are energetically occurring right now in separation. I also feel like what's interesting about some of these pockets of transformation I'm identifying is it's the stuff that friendships are made of. And the reason I keep on seeing that, and I would not be surprised, and this is what's wild about these readings right now, because the energy deep within divine union is going through Saturn lessons. And the energy, some of the energy in separation is seeing the result of working through a Saturnine lesson. Now, what's the thing with the Saturn lesson? Saturn lessons often amplify the articulation that some things can only be changed or adjusted in the context of time, particularly as it relates to another being too deep in their ego to energetically see something, right? And this is what often is the hallmark of a maturation process, because never is it more difficult than when you're trying to be energetically productive or you're trying to have a transformational conversation, but someone is viewing it too much from the space of the egoic wound, that they're not able to see the force of transformation that one is trying to apply to something. And this is why I told you that some of these conversations that are happening right now in separation are based upon or built upon catharsis, right? Something where another person is articulating to them the meaning that they now can see in a past experience that they couldn't energetically see before. And I like to point this out, they are not doing it. They're not doing it to try to fix a relationship. They're doing it for the sake of their healing journey. They're giving each other gifts. They're giving each other the gift of the present, of understanding that something was not wasted. Now, this, And I keep on hearing a lot of catharsis there. There might be a lot of emotions that are coming through. But even in the space of that emotionality, it feels restorative because it is effectively articulating and amplifying the meaning that that work has to another. It's fortifying direction. There's also energy that feels like their direction is being fortified right now, coming into sealed separation. And what do we see for those relationships that are coming into sealed separation? We just talked about the transformative nature of some of those relationships that are healing at this time. But if these are circumstances or situations where another person is checking, right? Not necessarily willing to have a transformational conversation, but checking to see if someone still is in their feels about something. That checking is often what creates fundamental separation, because you have to understand that if these were situations or circumstances wherein there was a separation that was created at a time that someone was being emotional because a manifestation goal was not being brought into fruition, then that experience or that modality or that circumstance or situation wherein the energy knows with clarity what they're waiting for from another in order to have a transformational conversation, and someone is literally giving them anything but the kitchen sink in relationality to what it would take to actually have a positive relationship, as to what it would take to actually move towards the manifestation goal. I keep on hearing, like, it's like I keep on hearing it's the piling up. I keep wondering it's the piling up of unnecessary gifts, right? It's a piling up of meaningless gifts, because it almost feels like the gifts are diversions or distractions from what is actually needed to be brought towards someone in order to energetically repair it. So that's why I keep on seeing that for a lot of the energy working through that emotionality and frustration. I keep on seeing, as it relates to the excessiveness that we can often extrapolate that occurs when someone's too deep in their egoic journey, that they try to bring anything to another instead of the thing that they know that they energetically need. Now, this brings us to the energy that's building into relationship right now. And these relationships, every time I go to read for these new energetic relationships, I just need to pause, because the amount of trepidation, the amount of wariness, the amount of caution that these relationships are creating as they come towards one another. There's so much of that hesitancy there. But what we're effectively seeing in relationality to that hesitancy is these are relationships where energy is coming towards each other with very closed off heart centers. And for good reason, because I keep on seeing that something occurred for some of these energies in separation, having to do with healing from the wounds of another person's projection upon them, right? The conversation that often occurs when another person is so reluctant to be adaptable or to change that they're constantly in the modality of blaming another person for something, instead of doing the heavy work of understanding what is needed to be able to fix or resolve it. So that's why I see that for a lot of the energy right now in separation, there's they're holding that recognition that the difference between articulating between the desire to have something healthy and the ability to embody it is articulated in the embodiment, in the way that we work towards it, the way that we are self-referential. And the problem is that these relationships are just coming to know each other. It's like you can't meet someone and know how self-referential one is. It's like, and that's why I keep on hearing, ready, Neptune and Pisces relationships, in order to go forward, they have to go backward. They're learning about each other. They're coming to understand each other's energetic history, because I keep on seeing, by understanding, they keep on saying, show me who you've been, so I know who you are. Show me the journey in terms of what brought you here, so that I can understand you in a deeper level. So there's a lot of that. I keep on hearing there's a lot of unpacking right now that may be happening in relationality to the past. And also they're coming towards each other completely unfiltered. And I keep on hearing unfiltered in the best way possible, because remember, these are moon relationships. And moon relationships basically articulate that if we like who we are, if we're good with if we're good with our hearts, we don't mind being unfiltered because our hearts, we know that our hearts are in the right place. And so that ability of being able to almost allow for the opportunity to be unfiltered and even be like a little, I keep on hearing like being a little bit like challenging to one another. I keep on seeing that that is the modality of effectively it's like the unconscious space, making sure that someone is not a space by which they take another person's authenticity and they start to over-interpret and over personalize it or over internalize it, by which they start projecting. So even there, I keep on seeing even there, they've almost like built in this energetic defense mechanism to protect them from energy that had like the unhealed ego that has the tendency to ask for things, but then immediately start projecting when things aren't moving in accordance to things, rather than recognizing and identifying what that work is. Now, this brings us to the energy that is moving deeper into divine union. And so, for a lot of these relationships that are moving into divine union, these are those temperance partnerships that were coming together between the time of the Uranus going retrograde up until the time of the solstice period. Now, these relationships right now, they're sanctifying partnership, but it's not easy. And they're going through very complicated situations, particularly in relationality to the heart space. They're basically going through a solar plexus opening that is requiring them to control the heart space, because for a lot of these relationships, I just keep on getting the same message. It's not that they weren't being authentic about something that happened in the past, but they weren't going into detail on it. They've been through a lot. They'd already healed on something. So they didn't feel the need to effectively have a situation where they articulated heavily on a past experience that they already worked through, for fear of not having someone particularly view them from the optics of something that hurt them. And this is why we see that for a lot of these relationships, opening up more is potentially creating a bit of a war within the counterpart, right? Because it's basically, it's like they're opening up more about their personal war. They're opening up more about what something that they experienced, and the emotionality, like the emotionality that is effectively coming towards the energy as they experience that. It's like they're feeling something in the past in real time. It's building into their heart of empathy. They want to do something about it, but they're stopping themselves. Why are they stopping themselves? Because they recognize they're working through a Neptune lesson. And what is a Neptune lesson? If you touch, Saturn says, give that to me. If you touch it now, you can't heal it later, right? Neptune says, don't touch my stuff. Because if you touch my stuff, it becomes your responsibility. So that's why we see that for a lot of the energy doing that work, working through something, building into that context, feeling the vitality of wanting to do something about something that's already happened, but then being mindful and honoring the journey of the counterpart, holding the prioritization on what it's taken the counterpart to be able to heal something. It's not just having a lot of feelings about the past, but allowing the past to remain the past. That is effectively, again, the energy that's working to ground and center in the present, but it's creating a lot of complication or an expansion moment because they're finding a place to store all of those energetic emotions that they're resolving within themselves. Now, this brings us to the energy that's deep within divine union. And again, for the purposes of our reading, we always read into the energy that most recently entered into divine union. For our purposes, those were those magician partnerships that were coming together between the time of the solstice period up until the time of Mercury and Venus stationing direct behind Neptune. These relationships were built upon the ability to be the authentic self. They have never felt, they've been in, I keep hearing they've been in relationship before, but never like this one. They have never centered into partnership more than they're centering now. And in Saturn moving back into Pisces has triggered a pseudo retrograde for them. I mean, a pseudo Saturn return, which is basically going through a maturation process. And what is the song you hear when you're going through a maturation process? You're going in the wrong direction. So them effectively knowing in their hearts, being in a relationship that they know they've never felt better in, they've never felt more stable, they've never felt more grounded. If there's something out, but if someone outside of partnership has never acted worse or is being volatile in the space of seeing another person in a point of stability, I keep on hearing they're being rocked by what they see. It's devastating them, but it's also fortifying the direction. They're recognizing that they can't do anything. You can't go into someone and change how they feel, right? They're giving that lesson to Saturn, right? Saturn, when we see a situation where we see somebody having feelings that we know like are a result of not coming into the understanding of something, that is the energy that they're giving in terms of patience to hand something to Saturn to see if there's something that can be resolved over the spans of time. But what's also happening in that same modality, it's recalibrating their experience of someone from now going backwards. It's almost like a total reassessment that is potentially going on based upon the observation of seeing something right now where they're going through a manifestation goal coming into fruition and potentially seeing another person's volatility around it. It's reshaping an energetic connection, potentially in a profound, maybe even devastating way. But this is why I see that for a lot of the energy going through that work, they're finding catharsis not only in partnership, but I'm also seeing an energy surrounding partnership that is supportive of energy moving towards healthy journeys. But I keep on seeing it's bringing a lot of emotionality up. It's bringing up a lot of feelings. It's not easy, but again, I keep on hearing like this is why we call them growing pains, because I keep on seeing the fact that the energy recognizes that they know what is best. And they also understand that when we know that we're moving in the direction of what is best and another person is volatile in that modality, then often I keep on hearing it's not the energy that's saying goodbye to someone. It's the energy that's almost saying, I hope to see you again someday. That is where we find all of the energy prior to beginning today's daily collective read. But if you would like to find that full reading, you can find it over on the place where we keep the videos. You can also find it on the place where we keep the photos. You can also find it as a podcast over on my spot at Tarot Church and over on my stack. I would also like to invite you to our next tarot class, which will be being held on Thursday, November 19th at 6 p.m. PST, 9 p.m. Eastern. We will be continuing our studies into the tarot with a focus on the Sun card. And all you need to do if you'd like to become a part of that tarot class program is mosey on over to my stack and become a paid subscriber. Your paid subscription to my stack is your ticket of entry into our live classes each and every month. You will also, as a paid subscriber, have access to over 9 hours worth of material in the Tarot Church Library Class Archive. Now, it's not necessary to catch up. I do my best to give you an update on everything we've studied prior to beginning our next class. But if you wanted to catch up, now is a wonderful time to join because you've got a whole month lead with time to catch as many of those classes as you want. You'll also have access to a one-on-one chat with me and the other students to ask any questions that you have in relation to anything we've learned or studied thus far. And if you become a founding member to my stack, not only will you receive a discount on the whole year's worth of readings, you will also receive full access to the entirety of the Tarot Church Library Class Archive. That is access to over 20 hours worth of material in an ever-expanding library. You'll also have access to a complimentary one-on-one mentorship class with me, whereas I will meet with you to assess where you are on your own personal tarot journey and give you the best insights in terms of how to utilize those classes to the best advantage moving towards your tarot goals going forward. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you there. That said, we are going to get started on today's daily collective read in the next few minutes, but if you would like to get on the list for today, the list is open. You will be the second person read for. Esteban, thank you for getting on the list. You'll be the first person read for today. You'll also have an additional card in your reading. 3 cards for a donation of $29 or more. 4 cards for a donation of $23 or more for my subscribers, Binks and Mylayo. Please keep in mind there are 2 things I don't read for across these apps, pregnancy and medical. Happy to give insight on anything in private readings, and you can book private readings on my site. How are you doing, Banana? Thank you for the follow. Thank you for joining us as well, Steady and Alexa. How are you doing as well, Alexandra, today? Good to see you. Grand Rising, Julia. DK, today was weird. Hold on a minute. Where'd you go? Today, Alex always today was weird. Then I lost your comment. Bear with me a minute. Boop, boop, boop. Hold on a minute. There we go. All right. Today was weird, and many tried attacking my character. Oh, sending you so much support, TK. Don't get triggered by others' projections. I know it's hard. Good to see you, Kay. And guys, please welcome our mod Kay Megan in for today. Make sure to give them some love. Dropping illusions, a bit humbling, but in other ways, strengthening in that truth. Tap to claim, Alexandra. Oh, I'm so glad to hear you're doing well, Kay. Thank you as well, Carrie. It's been a bit. Oh, excellent. I know it's been a while. Been busy taking time for yourself. I'm very glad to hear that, Kay. How are you doing today, Bridget? And thank you for recharging your heart me's, Carrie. Guys, please remember to recharge your heart me's if you would like an animal spirit guide card with your one card if you're a subscriber. Oh, thank you for the compliment, Fig. Good to see you today, Erin. I'm glad. I am also glad you're practicing self-care right now, okay? Grand Rising, Fig. And thank you, Jojo, for the follow. Projects are cooking. I like that. Excellent. And thank you so much, Wisdom, for those gifts. Good to see you today, Estevan. Looking forward to our reading. I'm doing well. How are you? Introspecting. And Delta, thank you for those hearts as well. Oh, sending you support, Estevan. Grand Rising, good. Excellent. Thank you. Doing really well. Glad to hear that, Kay. Yes, my ex was so intimidated and used to tell me off for being unfiltered because he couldn't be. Oh, sending you so much support on that journey, Kay. But I mean, I have to point this out. If your heart's right, you can be as unfiltered as you want. You know? Like that's the thing. Thank you. I'm confident that's the case. Excellent. We're specialty, tap to claim. Excited for your next journey. Excellent, Estevan. So good to see you today. Very nostalgic last night. Here's the thing. Neptune in Pisces is going to do that. Neptune in Pisces is going to hit us like straight in the feels. You know? Hi there. How are you doing, Sophie? What's up? Thank you for this support, and thank you for letting everyone know about the tarot classes, Kay. Good to see you today, Minnie, as well. Yes, for me and the community, so true. I mean, I think one of the reasons we're also feeling nostalgic, and someone who's better with astrology can confirm, I believe Neptune right now, there's a trine between Neptune and Chiron, which can also do a lot of big, like memory. You know what I mean? It can hit us. It's like it's just straight in the feels. The heart, yeah, you got the 5 card today, Estevan. Good to see you, Dick. How are you doing? Oh, thank you for the compliment. Yeah, you can absolutely get on the list with your 100K. Let me just find you here. Let me see. Was it Monday? I got Nikki. Oh, Bridget. No, it was Saturday. I got you. Okay, you're good. All right. If anybody else wants to get on the list right now, you'll be the 3rd person read for. I will also stress I'm going to be keeping the list very short today. So if you want to get on the list is open. I will also point out the next few days are going to be reserved for just subscribers. So if you want a full reading over the next few days, today is the day to get that full reading. Okay. So because after today, I'm only going to be honoring 1 card readings for subscribers as well as 1 cards over for the next few days. Hi there, Dick. I was anxious and sad last night. I wasn't sure what was happening. Your Neptune moved back into Pisces. That's probably what you're feeling. And when Neptune is in Pisces, it hits us straight in the feels. It hits us right in this nostalgia. It's going to be there for a bit too. You know? And it doesn't help too. And like I said, I believe, and I have to double check this, I believe there's a trine happening right there with Chiron as well. That's not helping that either. All right. How are you doing there? Yay. Excellent, Estevan. You're so welcome, Bridget. We love subscriber days. Yeah, it's good for the subscribers, but I'm just letting anyone else know who is not a subscriber who would like a full reading. Today's the day to grab one. Well, hold on a minute. Yep. And thank you for recharging your heart, Ms. Estevan. Yep, just seeing this. Grand Rising. Why I oughta. Yep. That's twice now. I feel unloved. Just teasing. Oh, Saturday. No problem, dear. Excellent. All right, friends. Doubling the love and adding cherries on top. I love that. Definitely the feels, but I got some amazing synchronicities from my guides last night. I know I need to catch up. I'm going to have some time. I'm going to be traveling, so I'm going to have some time to be able to catch up on the disco. I know. I want to read it, guys. It's been like the last few days. Yeah, yesterday was like the day of like surprising minor inconveniences coming up. But it's like It's retrograde energy. How far out are personal readings from here? Good vibes. So we're about to get started on the collective. So I would say about 60 minutes. So if you get on now, we'll probably start those readings in about an hour. Hold on a moment. Watching, hold on, just catch it back up on Ducky's comment. Oh my goodness, 1 second. Watching my adult kids go through some familiar situations. Ugh. And I'm sure they're not taking any advice on it. V, thank you for sharing the live. Grand Rising, Adina. Guys, I'm going to pin up Adina here. I had a beautiful podcast with Adina about a year ago. You can find it over on their site and over on my stack. Good to see you today, V. And good to see you, Kay. So good to see you, dear. I saw you this morning. Oh, excellent. No, I mean off the clock app. Oh, wait, you mean like a reading off of the clock app if you were to book one? Well, my books are closed right now. The next availability I have for a private reading is on Tuesday. If that helps. Okay. Hi there, dear. I have class at 11:30 for an hour, so you might have to skip me. It's okay. You know I'll get you when you come back. As I mentioned, friends, a couple of updates for those who missed our moon class last week. It will be, it is now up over on the stack. Our next class, as I mentioned, is going to be held on Thursday, November 19th. We're going to be studying the Sun card. And all you need to do if you'd like to become a part of that tarot class program is head on over to my stack and become a paid subscriber. Your monthly subscription gives you access to over 9 hours worth of material in the Tarot Church Library Class Archive. If you become a founding member, you have full access. You'll also have access to the opportunity of having a one-on-one mentorship class with me, where I will assess where you are on your own personal tarot journey and give you the best insights in terms of how to utilize those classes to the best of your advantage, moving towards your tarot goals going forward. As I mentioned too, one of the things about those classes was I tried to make them accessible to the absolute novice tarot reader as well as the seasoned reader. There's definitely something there for everyone. Don't let your lack of experience or your robust experience prevent you from joining us in these classes. And even if you don't become a paid subscriber to my stack, I would encourage you to follow me there to stay up to date on any new offerings or services. I also post my weekly newsletter there, which will let you know about my in-person events as well as my online live schedule. You'll also be notified as to my mystic meditation articles, which I release bi-monthly. I just wrote one this week, navigating us through this new moon in Libra that we just experienced. I also want to let you guys know that on top of my standard life path readings, I also offer mentorship classes. These are for any of my students seeking a more personalized educational experience with me. I take a very limited number of students for this reason, as those classes are focused on each individual's personal spiritual goals and journey work. Those classes can be purchased on an individual level or as a monthly class series, weekly or bi-weekly, as your schedule permits. Also, for my students seeking more consistent weekly tarot support, I'm very happy to offer weekly tarot insight packages. That is a package of 4 30-minute readings, again, weekly or bi-weekly, as your schedule permits, so that you can stay more consistent on your personal journey. I'm also very happy to offer dream interpretation readings, which you can purchase per dream or as a series. If you purchase the series, I would encourage you to start to keep a dream journal, as we will meet weekly or bi-weekly with that journal and utilize the tarot to understand the key themes and messages coming towards you in the dream space. That said, we are going to get started on today's Daily Collective in the next few minutes. If you want to get on the list, it's a great time to get on the list. You'll be the third person read for. 3 cards for a donation of $29 or more, 4 cards for a donation of $23 or more for my subscribers. Binks in my Lio. Please keep in mind there are 2 things I don't read for across these apps: pregnancy and medical. Happy to give insight on anything in private readings, and you can book private readings on my site. We are also doing 2 giveaways today. Our first reading giveaway, when we get to 50K likes, I will be gifting a free reading back to the collective. So make sure you're tapping that screen. Also, when you tap the screen, it encourages this live to be pushed out to those who have not received these readings before. The other giveaway we're doing today is a reading giveaway for the highest gifter between now and the conclusion of the Daily Collective read. Currently in the lead right now is Alexandra. So I wish you luck in maintaining that lead. That said, before we get started on today's Daily Collective read, why don't we warm up those intuition muscles with an intuition check? Yeah, Bridget, how are you feeling, dear? 'Tis the season. You got flagged. Oh no, what happened? Uh-oh. Yep. I have class, absolutely. Look very holiday vibes today. Is it? I feel like, is this a holiday shirt? I don't know, man. I like it. I feel like it's like my everyday shirt. I've got a couple like sweaters that are my rotation. Um, oh, sending you support, Fig. Oh, that's frustrating. I don't know how you do Pilates every day. I am impressed. So I thought it happened with Coop, but I guess it's sub. Oh, I see. Understood. Thank you for confirming, Fig. I hope that's something you can be resolved. I know it's horrible. I bought what I wanted. I love the lavender curtains. Oh, you got lavender curtains. That's beautiful. Feeling sick on and off. Oh, sending you support, dear. Yeah, we've had something going through here too. All right. 41. Yep, I get it. All right, friends. As I mentioned, I think it's great though. It's absolutely amazing to be able to do that practice every day. Beautiful gift to yourself. All right, as I mentioned, we are going to get started on today's Daily Collective, but before we do so, speaking about a gift to yourself, why don't we warm up those intuition muscles with an intuition check? I've got the Animal Spirit Guide card here. We're going to count back from 10, and when we get to 1, I will reveal the card. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The dog. Thank you guys for participating. We'll do that again after our daily collective. And if you guys could do me a favor and share this live, I would appreciate it. Make sure anybody who would like to catch this reading live is here to receive it. That said, no better time than the present. Why don't we get started? Welcome, everyone. Happy Thursday. I'm the Grace Strega, and I'm here to give you your daily collective read for today, Thursday, October 23rd, 2025. What do we have coming through in the cards for today? Can I please have the first 2 cards in our 5-card spread for today? Oh, yeah, that makes sense. And the other one, please. Oh, Lord. Okay. We've got the 5 of Pentacles in its upright in combination with the Ace of Swords in its reversal. Okay, let's talk about those abandonment wounds, okay? So here's the thing. Remember when I said a couple days ago, just get ready, because when Neptune moves back into Pisces, it can get really emotional. We can get deep in our feels. It can feel a lot like the past coming back up to the surface. I keep on hearing a surfeit of feelings. Potentially a wash in a surfeit of feelings is often the calibration point by which we can see that Neptune is moving back into Pisces. Now, Neptune in Pisces is not a bad thing. In fact, Neptune likes being in Pisces. It's beautified there. But the thing about it is, and this is what we have to talk about. And I was talking a little bit about this before we started the podcast. And it has to do, okay? It has to do with the energy that we also see. We've got a lot of Scorpio energy right now. And we've also got the fact that Uranus is about to move back into Taurus. So what this can often talk about is how we get comfortable in working. It's comfortable to lick wounds, right? It feels comfortable to hold on to past hurts, right? Like there's a familiarity. And also the fact that I believe that there's a trine happening right now with Chiron, right? Old wounds can sometimes feel comforting because it's something that feels energetically familiar, right? But the thing about it, and then the space by which we identify and recognize this, has a lot to do also with the modality or the experience of understanding. And this is why like the Scorpio energy is often like, and this is why, like, I love the conversation between Scorpio and Taurus, because it has to do a lot with the space of being able to step out of our comfort zone, right? The modality by which we're able to step out of our comfort zone is demarcated by our own ability to, like, our comfort zone only increases when we have the ability to step out of it, right? Those modalities or experiences that we have to, like, we push ourselves energetically forward. And here's the thing about it, it's all about proportionality, right? We do that too much and we're too changeable. We do that too little, and we become too energetically fixed in our own patterns. Healthy growth is incremental for this reason. And sometimes, and here's the thing about it, sometimes we go through processes that feel like we leap forward. Sometimes we have processes by which we feel like we kind of hold form, and sometimes we have processes and even sometimes we have processes by which we make an intentional choice to step energetically backwards. All of it having to do with the recognition of what is needed in circumstances or situations. I say this specifically due to the understanding that there's something about this energy right now that feels very symphonic. And the reason I'm saying that it's symphonic is because we're going through moon partnerships, and moon partnerships are not about one size fits all approach to things. It's not about being like, here you go, here you go, here you go. I've made a decision. Everybody's getting the same. That's how everything falls apart, right? Because it's the portionality by which we understand what is needed in a situation that allows us to energetically calibrate. And that includes the self, right? That includes the modality of the self. And so there's something about that work that we see, and we're going to talk a little bit about it right now, particularly and especially for the energy in separation. Because, like I said, with Neptune moving back into Pisces, it's often it's sometimes those modalities by which we see, like, we start sinking into our feelings, that we start shaking ourselves out of it. We're like, what? You know what I mean? Like, it's like, and that's what I like. I actually have to say, like, that's what I like about Ace of Swords in combination with Five of Pentacles, right? Because it's the conversation that talks to us about our pain, or what we're trying to do. And sometimes it's those moments that we get mad at ourselves. And you're like, I'm trying so hard. I'm trying so hard. And what are these two cards? What do these cards say? What does Neptune in Pisces say? Have you tried softer? Have you tried softer? Instead of being so hard on yourself, have you tried being softer on the self? And that's the thing, right? The abandonment wound is often the one that we move away from the softer approach, because it's the space by which we allow the context of feeling vulnerable. Like, that's a problem with an abandonment wound. Be like, I feel soft, I gotta go, right? So it's finding that ability to do so. It's not easy, right? But I'll tell you right now, there's some energy. There's some energy right now that is in separation. I keep on hearing, and like, some of this energy, I keep on hearing pockets of transformational change. And what is the song that we hear in pockets of transformational change? I owe you an apology, right? It's the modality by which, and I keep on hearing the apology by which another person is articulating upon how much they've changed. And I keep on seeing what's painful about these is these are Saturn apologies, which is someone saying, I want you to know that some effort wasn't wasted. I want you to know that that's something that another person went through. And I keep on seeing the reason it feels like it's resolution is because it's almost the energy. It's almost like I feel like energy is having conversations with someone saying to them, you were right. Right. And I keep on hearing it's no catharsis, but it's why does it feel so supportive when another person gives that to us? Because often we question our energetic choices, right? The space by which we often move in the direction of a maturation process is feeling that deep feeling that we know that something is necessary, even though it's not energetically easy. And what I keep on seeing, I told you, Neptune and Pisces, somebody articulating to another and saying that effort wasn't wasted, right? the modality by which another person can articulate that. And I keep on hearing it's healing the heart space. And I keep on hearing healing the heart space, changing the relationship. Healing the heart space, changing the relationship, which I said, this is the ground by which deep friendships begin, right? Now at the same time that I see that happening, this is potentially what's creating volatility from some energy that's not receiving that. Because I keep on hearing at the same time that that's happening, somebody's doing something like everything but the kitchen sink kind of situation, which is the modality by which we start to build resolution, that we know the direction that we're heading in is right. Because I can literally see some energy right now that is very, very clear, like the clarity of perception on what is needed to be able to resolve a situation. The energy being like never so clear, so simple. It's like, this is like the energy is like, I just write it down. This is all it would take to fix something. And another person coming towards them with everything other than that. Literally everything, every other thing beyond the thing that they know is necessary in order to energetically heal something. And that's why I keep on seeing that for a lot of those relationships, like I keep on seeing like the overwhelm, like I keep on hearing the overwhelm, right? The emotional overwhelm of someone being in their ego so much that they're trying to I keep hearing deliver anything beyond the thing that someone finds or needs that's energetically necessary to restore a connection. I keep on seeing it's the affirmation, right? Because it's literally the energy says it'll do anything do anything but. There's like a but. It's like anything but the thing that is actually necessary. And so that is a lot of the energy that I keep on seeing, like, like, and I feel like it's almost like creating a little bit of energetic volatility there, because we're effectively seeing is I keep on getting what we're effectively seeing is a lot of those strong feelings, right? A lot of those big emotions, because it's like I keep on hearing the more that's brought forth, the more profound I keep on hearing the more profound the gap is in terms of what another person isn't bringing forward. It's interesting. I keep on hearing the word agape too, or related to that as well, which is the space by which one knows, like what, like agape being like what one knows is necessary. The space by which we build into the energetic appreciation. Now, for the energy that is deep, like coming into relationship, and it's so funny because every time I read for this energy right now, it keeps on happening. I keep on saying energy deep within deep within union, because they're bickering. They're bickering like they've known each other forever. This is one of the ways they're going to they're identifying each other. They are bickering. These new relationships coming together, like bickering like old couples is what I'm getting. There's something a little karmic going on here in some of these connections, is what I keep on seeing. And I'm telling you right now, I keep on hearing unfiltered, right? I keep on getting these, and I keep on, these moon relationships are just cracking me up, because I keep on seeing, you can't tell if if they like each other, or if they're egging each other on, is what I keep on seeing. And the reason for that, and I need to point this out. The reason for that is I'm going to keep on going through what I'm seeing here. They are healing from another person projecting onto them, right? It's giving me a lot of that energy of someone that says, you can't do anything right? Somebody that no matter what they did, no matter how, no matter what they brought forth, right? The projection by which another person says, like, like the projection that doesn't build into the context of appreciation, but the volatility of working through the energetic fracturing point, where it feels like no matter what you do, another person's breaking you down. And that's why I keep on hearing this is a riot act. This is the energy. These energies are coming together as like a riot act, which is the space by which is not just the fact that they're being their authentic self, they're being their unfiltered self. And there's something about that unfiltering process that we're seeing has to do, right? It's a continuation, right? It's a continuation of the combination of forces of the last three energies that went into partnership. What did the magician partnership say? Right? When I love me and I love what I see, then I become a beacon for the energy that loves me, right? So that was a lot of the energy, those magician partnerships, like working on being the energetic beacon. We had the temperance relationships that were building upon the space of saying, well, anything is possible so long as the work is mutual. Like they're literally like they're like the wonder twins. Like they'll get anything done. They just need to proportion the work effectively. These moon partnerships are combining the mutual aspect of the temperance relationships with the authenticity of the magician partnerships. And so the combination of that says, if I've fixed my heart space, I've earned the right to be unfiltered. Because that doesn't mean, because when your heart's right, you can be as unfiltered as you want, because there's only good stuff in there. There's only good stuff. It's like, would you like to see my heart? It is full of a bunch of facts and opinions that I stand on business about. Would you like to see how I stand on business about this unfiltered heart that I have here? So there's something about that energy that's standing. It's not about authenticity. It's about standing on the business of the unfiltered self, right? Because if there's something in there that you feel a little bit unsure of saying, maybe you need to check your heart, right? If there's something in your heart that you have a hard time saying out loud, maybe that's something you need to check your heart about. That's what this energy is effectively doing. And that's why the energy, I told you, they're being provocative with each other in the best way possible. They're being like, this is my thought on that. You got something to say about it? Is that a problem? Do you have a problem with my unfiltered happy heart space? So it's like, it's a lot of that energy. I told you, like they're coming to each other. Like there's a little bit of this, but it's for the best possible reason, right? They've got a lot of that strength in terms of feeling that the unfiltering protects us from energy that isn't in alignment to us. So long as the caveat being, so long as we're good about what's in the heart space. Center card for today's spread. Moving back into the temperance relationships. Again, the temperance relationships being the relationships that came together between Uranus going retrograde up until the solstice period. Center card. 3 of Cups in its reversal. I can put up with it, but I don't have to like them. I can put up with it, but I don't have to like them. This is how the energy is resolving around something. And boy, in the space, and I need to describe this, what's effectively happening right now. I told you, they're going through the energy right now coming into union is sanctifying the relationship. And how are they sanctifying the relationship? They're having a lot of feelings for something that happened in the past to the counterpart. They're not doing anything about it, but boy, do they want to. And they're expressing to each other their feelings upon it. Right? It's like I keep on hearing this is them, this is their unfiltering, which is the unfiltering by almost articulating upon how strong the feelings are, but saying I'm not going to do anything about it. But I'm like, I keep on hearing the energy. I was saying, remember, this is not me doing what I would want to do. This is me honoring the space that I hold for you, is what I keep on seeing. It's the energy saying, this is me honoring your healing. I literally see this energy being like, this is not where you find me. This is me honoring your healing journey, which is the space that says like what they want to do, they want to do, but they're not. What they want to do, but they're not, right? So there's a lot of that. I feel like there's a lot of that modality, and I keep on hearing they're trying to channel it. They're working through channeling. These temperance relationships are finding productive ways to channel those feelings. Man, I told you it's that shake it out energy. I need to find a place to put this. I told you they're trying to find a place to put this. I need to find a place to put this. I need to find a place to put this. They're getting creative. We're oh, look, the card came out. So we've got the cards coming up for our magician partnerships. Again, those relationships that were coming together between the time of the solstice up until the time of Mercury and Venus stationing direct behind Neptune. We got the Wheel of Fortune that flew it through itself threw itself out of the deck. If you're catching the podcast, you missed it, but it'll be up on the video. And we've also got the four of oh, I like that. Four of Wheel of Fortune with Four of Swords and it's upright. Nope. Remember how I said 2025 is the year of honoring your nope? Like I keep on seeing like that. That's what I like. I gotta tell you, it's a continuation. And what I keep on seeing that's wild right now, these readings, man. The temperance relationships going through the Neptunian lessons, and the magician partnerships going through the Saturn lessons. I keep on hearing we don't entertain. When we entertain another person's ridiculous, we condone it. And I feel like what's hard about that, okay, I got to tell you, there is a ricochet effect. There's a ricochet effect that's happening right now for some energy deep within divine union. And there is the ricochet is another person's projections in relationality to what's happening. Why are we seeing this? Because I just keep on seeing that for some of these relationships right now, they've got some real strong feelings about the fact that they're moving towards a point of celebration. Never have they felt more centered. Never have they felt more stable in partnership. And in those modalities, we recognize when we're going through a maturation cycle, when we recognize something that we know has never been better for us, and another person starts acting like a fool, has never been worse, right? It is the observation, right? When we're going through a maturation process, what is the song that you will hear? You're going in the wrong direction. And the song that you hear that from is from those that are not maturating at the same rate as you. So the argumentation point between someone in partnership, knowing, feeling, having no doubt in their mind, never have they been more centered, and someone else having a conniption about it, going through, I keep on hearing like going through, like I almost get like some energy right now outside of partnership, like going through an ego, like going through an ego D, like going through that type of work. And in the space by which they're feeling that, another person recognizing that what it would need to bring that out of them spiraling like that is doing something ridiculous, moving backwards instead of forwards, not moving towards their bliss. I keep on seeing this energy that's just handing it to Saturn and saying, I'll see you again someday. And I can see somebody else going, why are you walking away from me? Right? Another person taking the direction by which another person is saying, I'm giving you the gift of proximity, because clearly you're in a volatility space in terms of something that you're witnessing, and the energy recursing on that, like recursively looking at it and saying, why are you energetically abandoning me? Right? The space by which another person is articulating that they're not energetically abandoning someone, if the modality is another person being volatile at the time that another person is energetically happy. So I keep on seeing that is the energy that's building into the stabilization point of prioritizing in the right way and saying like the partnership is the energetic priority and healthy. And I even see energy, like I see some energy around the relationship that is further fortifying that. It's not, I keep on hearing, it's not the fact that they're lonely in that modality. I feel like that's energy almost reaching out to other energy and being like, am I wrong here? And energy being like, no, you're seeing things clearly. I almost feel like the energy is being like, you're seeing things clearly. They're like, I feel like the energy is like, there's some new energy. There's energy moving towards someone being like, yeah, well, this is what it's like. You know, like it's almost like I keep on hearing they're finding commiseration on that journey with energy that's in the same maturation process. Now, this brings us back to the energy and separation. We've got the Five of Pentacles out upright with the Ace of Swords for the energy and separation. Man. Yeah, here's the thing about the thing with the Neptune. I got to stress this. The Neptune moving back into Pisces right now is going to be hardest for the energy and separation. Because Neptune in Pisces, the past has a larger, like the past is loud. I don't know how to describe. I know this is going to sound a little strange, but Neptune is louder in Pisces. Neptune is it's harmonic in Pisces. Okay? It's beautified in Pisces. It's louder. It feels louder. So it feels sometimes like the past comes roaring back. Okay? Like the roaring, it's the Neptune in Pisces is the roaring that we often articulate or identify to a past experience. because it feels like I have to tell, like it's extra water energy. So it often create those moments that it's like I feel like you get like overcome by a wave of emotion in relationality to the past, right? It's like whoosh, like it's like that. And so if you're feeling that, and it's actually wild because I need to tell you guys for the podcast, before we started the podcast, we actually had a bunch of people in the comments over on the clock app saying, what happened last night? Why did what the like what was that? And when I was like nostalgia central, yeah, nostalgia central. You're gonna feel that more now because Neptune is back into Pisces and it's like the past. Like, it's very, very loud in there, you know? So and it talks a lot about, and often, and this is what's hard, right? Like when we are moving towards what we know is an alignment to us, we have to be, and I feel like it's interesting. I need to see why, but something about the energy right now in the separation is working through Virgo lessons, which is recognizing the space that silence is not something to be afraid of. Silence is energetic peace that we often move through as we're expanding upon experiences. Because I feel like often those modalities or those circumstances wherein we feel like, and I like to point this out, trauma creates a lot of feelings, right? The thing about trauma, and this is why trauma is so sticky, is that it would be easy if we didn't have feelings around trauma. But feelings have a really hard time in determining. Feelings make marks regardless of whether it feels positive or negative sometimes. And so those modalities by which we feel an uptick in emotions, sometimes it's so hard to walk away from things that are damaging because it's a fear that you're never going to feel that intensification again. And this is why I see that for a lot of the energy, like working through the modality, and I keep on seeing, and this is what's helping, and this is why we talk about the fact that closure is an illusion, right? There's no such thing as building closure by going back to a past situation. Often I keep on hearing it's addictive, isn't it? It's tempting. It's a tempting feeling to say, oh, I just need to go back for one more. I just need to go back. I just need to go back for one more hit of closure. I just need a little, I just need a little hit. I just need a little hit. I just need a little hit of that sweet, sweet closure. I get a little hit of that sweet, sweet closure. I will be done with it. I'll never touch it again. I'll never touch it again. I swear. I just need a little more closure. Can I please have a little more closure? Right? But then when we catch, and then we go, wait a minute, when we realize that, right? Right? Oh, yeah. It's, oh, I see there. Yeah, I just need one more hit. Right? That's all. That's what closure says. You just need one more. Just do a little bit. Just one more hit of closure. And this is the energy. And this is how Scorpio is helping you because it goes closure's poison. Closure's poison. What are you doing? Right? It's like Scorpios are good at the Scorpios are like Scorpios, at least if they do this, they're like, I am aware of I am doing this. Like Scorpios are like, I will walk into this fully and embrace the fact that I'm making a terrible decision. But the space by which we understand, and this is what and here's the thing about it, and I'm going to tell you right now, the liminal space that I see some energy going through right now, and this is what I mean about some energy being rocked. This is some energy that is feeling the nostalgia of a past situation, and then recognizing that there's no way they could even go back to it because they've changed so much. We can never go back to past situations if we're transforming in the best way possible. Because when we're transforming in the best way possible, it's often articulated with the fact that we make different choices. So the space by which I almost see some energy that is embodying the higher self of the self and looking back and saying we can never go back there. And the reason they're saying we can never go back there is they're saying that's not them anymore. Right? I keep wondering the modality by which they recognize that that they'd have to go back to a situation would literally feel like they would have to regress back into a past version of self in order to accommodate the energetic experience. That's the level of transformation I am seeing right now for some energy in separation. And that's what I keep on getting in relationality to the three different modalities that we're seeing right now. for the energy and separation. Those true apologies, I told you. What was the demarcation point? I said, for those relationships that are experiencing healthy healing. I'm not here to fix it. I'm here to tell you I know how I broke it. Like, that is the level of apology by which another person is articulating. They're giving someone the gift of clarity to tell another person, I want you to understand that that effort was not wasted. Because I keep on seeing that that is the gift that they're giving each other in the space of saying it had it had a profound impact on me. It changed everything. And even I keep wondering, even if it broke a relationship in the process, right? And that's what I keep on hearing. Like, I keep on hearing the catharsis, and I keep on hearing it's no victory, because I keep on hearing it's no victory because healing isn't about winning. Healing is about healing. And this brings us to the energy that's working into fundamental separation. And that's why I keep on seeing a situation where somebody sees with absolute clarity exactly what would be needed and necessary in order to resolve or heal a situation. And this is often why we build that moment of frustration when another person is so deep in their ego that they themselves too know what they need to bring forth. But instead, what are they bringing? Here, I brought this. Here, would you like this? Here, I brought you this. Here, would you like this? It's like I keep on seeing the space by which another person feels like they're receiving stuff and nonsense from another person. It's almost like the observation of, it's like the energy that's being overrun by the non sequitur, which is the space by which another person brings them literally anything instead of the one thing that would actually heal something, right? And it's almost like I keep on hearing, it's almost like the energy that's seeing that and saying that every gesture of that feels like, I miss you, I miss you, I miss you, but not, I'm ready to fix it, I'm ready to change, I'm ready to change. Because if they're giving everything but the ability to talk about the transformation that would be required in order to facilitate something healthy, this is the energy that feels, again, frustrated, potentially even volatile, because they feel like they're being inundated by it, but it's reaffirming their own conviction in relationality to the direction that they know that they're moving towards. This brings us to these new relationships. Clarification between our Ace of Swords in its reversal and our Three of Cups in its reversal. There's, I told you, that Fool card. I was waiting for them to show up right now. I keep on, I honestly, I love reading for these new relationships, man, because they are like, they're poking. They are poking each other. It's pokey. But I keep on hearing it's pokey because they're like, are you going to project on me? Do you project when you're upset? Do you project when you're upset? Am I bothering you? Like, I keep on hearing they're poking each other with their unfiltered self, right? They're like, this is the not, you do not get you are getting the undistilled version. Like, this is the energy that's like, this is straight from the source. Like, this is the energy being like, this is how they're protecting each other. They are not diluting themselves anymore. And this is the energy that's saying to each other, yeah, like this is the energy that's saying, like, I'm a strong drink. If you want to be able to stay here, you have to be able to take a shot. But it's like, it's giving that type of energy, because when I keep on hearing what them saying, I'm a strong drink, is that they're saying they're potent. They're not, I keep on hearing they're not looking to, they're not looking to dilute themselves anymore, because there's something about their past dilution that led to another's delusion. I got to say that again. They're healing from a situation that something about their personal delusion led to another person's delusion. And I keep on hearing them say, never again. Never, and I keep on hearing, never again will they dilute themselves. Never again will they, I keep on hearing, never again will they dilute themselves. Never again will they become, I keep on hearing, never again will they become energetically easier to facilitate energetic counterpart, because that's what led to another person projection onto them. Because I see that energy taking accountability and saying, when we dilute who we are, we distort our perception in partnership. They're taking accountability for that too, which is why they're working so hard in being unfiltered. But I keep on hearing being unfiltered in the best way possible, continuing to get clarification between our Because when we work not to dilute, we do not enter relationships of illusion. Continuing to get clarification between our Three of Cups in its reversal in combination with our Wheel of Fortune in its upright. We've got here the Eight of Swords in its reversal. I like to see an Eight of Swords in its reversal. Temperance relationships. Yeah, clearing the heart space, making space, finding a place to put something. They're finding a place to put things. They're channeling. There's a lot of channeling is what I keep on seeing right now for a lot of these temperance relationships. They're channeling their frustration into productive spaces, right? They're like, it's working through a lot of that. It's like channeling it, like let the frustration act as fuel, right? And I keep on seeing that is not the energy. Like, that is not the energy. The energy is like, I could either carve a shiv with this or I could do something productive with it. And it's funny too, because I almost see the fact, like, I see the energy that's like trying, like, wants to sharpen something to like take it into the past with them and being like, I know where I want to put this, but they're not bringing it into the past. They're focusing on keeping it in the present. They're working on present. They're channeling feelings about the past into present is what I keep on seeing. Not back, because, and again, they're going again, the frequencies communicate with each other. So what are they hearing? Same thing that we heard with the energy and separation. Closures and illusion. Going back to fix something won't make something better. It'll make someone feel better for a moment. And that's why I keep on hearing the energies saying better, not bitter, right? Working into that space of productivity. Continuing to get clarification between our Wheel of Fortune in its upright and that Four of Swords in its reversal. We've got the 10 of Wands. The 10 of Wands in its reversal. And, here's the thing. The one thing I will point out that I like, and you might be feeling this to a certain extent. Neptune in Pisces is often like, I need to stress this. Neptune in Pisces can often feel like the understanding on what it means when we articulate upon the space of no hard feelings, right? Because the space of no hard feelings, I keep on getting, is the observation of understanding. And we talk a lot about this here. When we hold on to the past, too tightly, we hurt ourselves, right? Like, squeeze your fist. It hurts, right? Like, you're gonna give yourself a cramp. You know what I mean? Like, when we hold on to things too tightly, all we do is hurt ourselves. When we hold on to things too loosely, nothing energetically matters. Like, we don't build into something that feels referential. But when we hold the past in proportion, we look to the past and we find something energetically productive to do with it, right? It's the space by which we're able to build into that context or that modality of adaptability. So something that we're seeing there in relationality to that, I keep on seeing that this is the work of the energy in separation. I keep on seeing is like, when those, I keep on hearing, like, this is energy that's not overly fixating upon the fact that nostalgia sometimes comes in waves, right? Like, an understanding, like, I keep on hearing, like sometimes, like, the nostalgia that comes back in waves isn't sometimes articulating that we're moving in the wrong direction, but it's almost like the call to say, do you see something there that you didn't see before, right? Like, that's the funny thing about nostalgia. It's like, even our perception of nostalgia changes in the modality by which we observe it, right? And so it's like, it's the difference between feeling a wave of nostalgia and saying, oh, it's calling me back, versus saying, oh, what is it trying to show me, right? And when we have that change of perception, when we look at nostalgia not as a directive, right? When we look at nostalgia, that doesn't say, like, the energy goes, come back, you know what I mean? Like the energy that goes, come back, but says, do you see something here that you may have missed the first time that it was energetically occurring? How are you feeling about that now? Right? Then we can look in a way as nostalgia as an energetic checkup, right? It becomes a space that we don't feel hammered by, but something that we allow for the, I keep on hearing, by the place by which we observe, like the now versus the I was about to say the now versus the then, but I actually said the now versus the zen, which is the amount of observation of how much the surreal nature of an existence, by which the more we grow, the more we learn. And that learning is not just forwards, but it's also backwards. Continuing, and that's often what we see in scorpionic journeys. Continuing to get clarification between our judgment card and our fool card. We've got here the Nine of Wands in its reversal. So the Nine of Wands in its reversal is, again, and I feel like this is a continuation of that message that we often experience with Neptune and Pisces, which is the space by which when we look at something and we go, nothing I do is working. I'm trying so hard. I'm trying so hard, right? And what does Neptune and Pisces say? Have you tried soft? Have you tried soft? Right? And that's often what happens with our manifestations. Like, I don't know what's happening. I don't know why it's working. I'm trying so hard. And the universe just sits there and says, have you tried soft? No, why? Oh, the abandonment wound. Yeah. Yeah, I know. I know it's still there. Yeah, I know. It's hard to be soft. It's easy to be hard. Easy to be hard. Easy to be hard. Hard to be soft. Funny, isn't it? But that's the thing that we observe, and that's the thing that we recognize. And so that's what I keep on, and that's what I keep on seeing for some of these new, like this is happening across all the frequencies, right? It's the energy saying, I'm learning to be softer, but understanding, and I keep on seeing the softer, and this is what we mean in relationality to warrior lessons, right? Like the softer that we're talking about here, it's working through the observation or the experience of understanding that our compassion is is beautiful, right? And often when we're, and have you ever noticed that when you're feeling better you have more compassion for things, and when you're feeling worse you have less, right? The movement towards rigidity is one that moves us towards dispassion that is often misconstrued as compassion. But usually the way that you can articulate the difference between compassion and dispassion is the desire to talk about it. You don't tell me you're being compassionate about something and then say, well, you want to talk about it? No. I'm like, you can't say I'm honoring my feelings and then expect that those feelings are compassionate, because you can honor your feelings and be an absolute monster. You can honor your feelings and become an absolute monster. Honoring feelings is not about just following the feelings full tilt, because feelings come up from all sorts of things. Our job is to sort through the feelings that are beautiful versus the feelings that we're working on energetically resolving. And that is usually articulated by the ability for us to speak upon them, because being able to give breath to things helps us to identify what feels like it is energetically supportive to us, something that feels like it's nourishing, versus something that we're energetically trying to, like something that we're not comfortable with, but that we still feel a need to hold on to. So I keep on seeing that for a lot of the energy, doing that work, it's not easy. It's not easy. It's energetically volatile. There's a lot of energetic volatility there. But I keep on seeing that the observation of that volatility, working through all of those energetic emotions, feeling all of those feelings, I keep on seeing, like, I keep on hearing, like, this is what I mean about those like those moon relationships. They're sorting it out, right? They're going through that space, energetically sorting it out. And I keep on hearing that the space by which they're energetically sorting it out is the observation and the experience by which they're able to articulate and identify to another what it is that they're working on doing better versus what it is that they're energetically letting go of. Now, for a lot of those relationships, and I keep on seeing, like, this is why these energies are coming towards each other with so much potency, because I keep on seeing that the potency is them going through the space by which I keep on seeing some of these new relationships. They feel like they were hurt, but they're also taking accountability for it because they don't feel like they were being their authentic self. Something about the self they feel like they were diluting in terms of coming into partnership. And I keep on hearing them say, I was hurt by my own delusion. The space by which they energetically diluted the self that potentially caused an energetic rift in relationship. That's why I keep on seeing that they're being very energetically provocative as they find one another, because they keep on seeing they're coming towards each other with the affirmation, never again will I dilute myself, because when I dilute myself, I delude myself. Right. So when we delude ourselves because we enter circumstances or situations that cannot inhabit the full experience of ourselves. So that's why I keep on seeing that that's a lot of the energy that I told you. They may be feeling standoffish. You can't tell if they're fighting or caring about each other. But there's something about that I saw as like a repartee between them, because it's the energy that's saying, are you strong enough? Like, are you strong enough? But not in a negative, not in a jerky way. You understand? Like, not, I keep on saying, not in a way that they're trying to neg each other, right? This isn't being done to hurt the other. This isn't being done on display, which would be a negative way of doing this. This is them working on their authenticity and being energetically vulnerable. Continuing to get clarification between our Fool card in combination with our Eight of Swords in its reversal. We've got here the Four of Cups. Ooh, okay, that stays there. Sorry, one of the cards came out transverse, flipped over, so that'll be our next card. Clarification between our Fool card in combination with our Eight of Swords in its reversal. We've got the Four of Cups in its reversal. So what are we seeing with the Four of Cups in its reversal? The Four of Cups in its reversal. The Four of Cups in its reversal effectively speaks to us about, how do I describe this best? This is having to do with those temperance relationships. The temperance relationships are having a lot of feelings about things, and they're looking for productive places to put them. I keep on seeing they have the full scope. They're now having the full scope of what another person had to go through. They're having the full scope. There's a lot of emotionality there. There's a lot of feelings, but I keep on seeing that energy working through that in that capacity. I just keep on seeing they're finding productive channels for it. And that's what I keep on, and I keep on hearing, and I keep on feeling like that, and I keep on hearing the way that they're energetically sanctifying the partnership is not going to the past to resolve those things. I keep on seeing the energy say resolution is not found in reopening the past, because when you reopen the past, when you reopen the past becomes the present. Right? Saturn says, give me that. If you don't give that to me, you're never going to have a chance to heal it. Neptune says, don't touch my stuff. Because if you touch my stuff, it's now your stuff. So I keep on saying that that's a lot of the energy that's working to resolve their desire to do something about the past by working, focusing, and finding that closure in the present, right? Continuing to get clarification between our Eight of Swords in its reversal in combination with our 10 of Wands in its reversal, Hierophant in its transverse. These magician partnerships right now, this is silly. Like, that's the thing that I keep on seeing in relationality to something that those magician partnerships are having to deal with right now. The level and degree of another person's silliness is what I keep on seeing. Because again, what we're effectively identifying is if this is energy that has never been better, right? If this is energy that has never been better, and someone else is never been worse, right? Like somebody is energetically crashing outside of partnership in relationality to the fact that another person is moving towards their bliss. I keep on seeing the energy that's working through the devastation because they're looking at someone outside of connection and saying, you recognize you can't come with us like this, right? Like it's the energy that says, like it's the energy that's giving someone the gift of proximity. They're giving each other the gift of healthy distance. And the worst part about it is they recognize that even as they're doing so, another person in that volatility, too much in their own ego, is going, why aren't you like it's the energy going, why aren't you energetically connecting to me? And another person, like I keep on seeing the energy, like you can't, like it's like I keep on hearing, it's like they can't even articulate upon it, because it's the observation of another person saying, you can't grab someone and say, be happy. You know what I mean? Like, be happy. You can't go into somebody and say, because I want you to feel blissful about the fact that I'm moving towards something that is positive. But when another person doesn't carry it with bliss, it's informative and devastating, but it doesn't necessarily broach a conversation. So that's why we keep on seeing that for a lot of the energy doing that work, moving through that and building into the experience of navigating it. I keep on seeing like the sound, like like the sound, like the sound that they're saying to one another inside a partnership is, I look forward to the day I may be able to have that conversation with another. But that could be tomorrow or that could be in 100 years. Like, that's the problem when we're waiting on another person's maturation process, is always patient, never waiting in relationality to manifestation goals, because there's never, I keep on hearing that you can never anticipate or articulate by which another person is going to effectively maturate. So I keep on seeing that for a lot of the energy working through that, it's like their job right now is trying to move away from something and trying not to develop hard feelings about it, because I keep on seeing that, like, something about that modality or something about that experience, you know it's painful. I keep wondering, it's painful to witness. It's painful to witness, but they recognize their eyes are blessed for seeing it. I'm going to say it again. It's painful to witness, but they recognize that their eyes are blessed to see it. Continuing to get clarification between our Nine of Wands in its reversal in combination with our Four of Cups in its reversal. Clarification with our Page of Swords in its upright. So what are we effectively seeing with the Page of Swords in its upright? The Page of Swords in its upright effectively articulates to us, and this is moving us back into the energy and separation. Look at this. These are those relationships right now. Look at these two. Bearing in mind, right? Bearing in mind, Fool card with the Page of Swords. So I told you they're being provocative, but I almost see the fact that they recognize and understand why. Right? Like, I keep on seeing, like, it's they're taking each other's provocation as a form of refreshment. And the reason that they're taking each other's provocation as a form of refreshment is the energy that says, I understand, right? It's like the energy that almost recognizes and identifies it and says, like, I share the same energetic frustration. So they're feeling fortified in that mutual frustration. And I told you, like, there's something about the way they communicate. I told you, like, with all of this Scorpio energy here, you know, like, this is bickering. I told you, like, bickering in a karmic way. It's almost like they have this tendency to come together, and they're bickering in a way that, like, others would you think that they were already together, is what I keep on seeing, because I keep on hearing the way that they're energetically provocating upon each other. But I keep on hearing they're not. I keep on hearing they're not doing it. I keep on hearing they're not doing it. I need to stress this. There's nothing about this that feels bullying. And I need to articulate that. It's not the fact, because I keep on getting the difference, and we'll have to go through this whenever we see Chiron, whenever we see Uranus in Gemini. Bullying is seeing what you can get away with. But when one is moving in a space of being energetically unfiltered, this is the energy that says, are you sure you want to be here? Like, that's what I mean in relationality to that type or level of emotional healing. Like, this is the energy of saying, I am giving you the gift of my authenticity because I'm okay with what's in here. Are you okay with it? Because I almost feel like it's like an energetic form of them saying, because the last counterpart I had, like, I feel like this is energy that had some kind of space by which another person articulated that they were too much. Right. And that's why I keep on seeing this energy being like almost saying to each other, is this too much for you? And the energy saying, like, bring it. I would like more, please. Like, more, like, no, like, not, like, never enough. Is this, I'm wondering the energy going, like, this is the energy going, is this too much? And someone being like, go, like, never enough, more, please. Right. Continuing to get clarification between our Four of Cups in its reversal in combination with our Hierophant in its transverse. We've got here the Knight of Swords in its reversal. So the Knight of Swords in its reversal here for the energy coming into divine union. There's a lot more volatility here. There's a lot more volatility. I just keep on seeing what's happening is there's something about something that has been shared with counterpart connection about the full extent of something that another person went through. That the energy, I keep on hearing, they want to draw knives on the past. There's a lot of this, it's sharpened. I keep on hearing, it's sharpened their gaze on the past. They see something in the past that they would really like the opportunity to go back to and do something about. And that's why I keep on hearing they're sharpening their gaze on the past, but softening in the present, which is the space by which they're moving it into a modality by which they're creating. I keep on hearing they're taking that sharpened gaze and they're building sanctuary with it. They're preserving, they're sanctifying the relationship by articulating and saying to counterpart, you're safe here. You're safe now. Thank you for articulating that. Thank you for sharing it. And the volatility that they're feeling, they're learning to mitigate or to calm it. Because I keep on hearing when we feel sharp feelings upon the past, but we work on protecting and preserving the healing that another's found in the present, we sanctify a relationship because we articulate that our priority is the sanctuary of another person's healing journey. It's being able to honor that path work and not erode it by allowing the indulgent desire to recompense upon something, to destroy the peace the counterpart has found. Continuing to get clarification between our Page of Swords and the Knight of Swords in its reversal. One card to clarify. Final card for today, the Moon card. Makes a lot of sense given the fact that we're going through the moon partnerships right now in separation. But as it relates to the energy, and this is what we are talking about here, and this is what's hard, right? This is what's difficult in relationality to when we're going through, and I need to point this out, when we are going through a maturation process, and there's a bunch of energy right now going through pseudo Saturn returns. Every time I feel like I keep on getting this message, every time Saturn dips back across the meridian from Saturn back into Aries, it's like everybody gets a Saturn return right now. I know you already had one, doesn't matter where you are, you're getting another one, right? Because it's the space by which, and I keep on hearing, one of the things you often hear when you're going through a maturation process is you're going in the wrong direction. Right? It's a lonely place. Saturn returns are often lonely places because it feels like you're the odd person out. It feels like you suddenly look around and go, what am I doing here? This is ridiculous. Right? It's the observation of something that you're seeing that it's like it's like answering. Often Saturn returns are the modalities by which we start to answer a higher call. Right? And what's hard is when we start to answer a higher call, we often get into articulations or arguments with others that feel like our priorities are out of whack, right? And that's the thing about it. We and this is why I talk about when you're going through experiences like this, focus on your purpose, right? Focus on what that purpose is. Because when you understand your energetic purpose, and you're going through energy like this, and you've got others projecting onto you, or you've got the demands of the outside world around you that are all saying, like, what do the outside demands of the world say? Come here, I need you a minute. Like, I need your attention. I need your attention. I need your attention, right? But instead of feeling like we're trying to navigate others' desire for attention, but we work with intention, we understand that sometimes that intention helps us see and recognize the energy that is energetically supportive to us versus the energy that is not necessarily prioritizing us in relationality to that work, right? And I keep on hearing it's the difference, right? It's often the difference between someone navigating us with a sense of demands versus the opportunity by which we're able to amplify and hold each other up. And what we often see here, right? And it's often the confusion point between compassion and dispassion, right? Someone saying, and this is what we need to do, we need to eradicate the idea of idolatry, understanding that idolatry is the modality by which we look at someone and say, you're disappointing me, right? What is that? What did you just say? Did you just say someone was disappointing you? What was the perception that you had in your head about that person that you could articulate the word disappoint? We have to be very conscientious when we use the word disappoint. And it doesn't mean that there are not modalities or moments by which we disappoint one another. But disappointment can sometimes be when we overly articulate the fact that everything around us is disappointing us. It can often point to the fact that we're moving too much in the space of building into idolatry because we're looking at how we would desire things to be instead of how they are. Because when we're in the modality of accepting the reality of circumstances, this is what we mean by healthy cynicism. Then we hold space for the honesty and the truth of another. And yeah, sometimes if we feel like somebody's a little off the mark, we bring it up. We say, you might want to check this. It's like a little energetic straightening, like something that we articulate upon something that helps someone refine upon what they're doing better. But we don't come into the space of articulating the fact of saying, and often that's what we talk about with idolatry. We go, the false construct of that person, they're not matching up into the experience by which I expected them to be. Failing to recognize the space that often when we're so focused on that, we fail to hear what someone is telling us in relationality to what is important to them or who they are. This is what we talk about the the dangerous nature of projecting. So I keep on saying, if you're going through that right now, make sure that you're doing that work inside. And usually you can tell if you're not certain. Remember, an energetic fear, because this type of energy triggers a lot of shadow work, especially with the fact that Pluto's stationed direct. Healthy fear is the space by which we can speak upon something, right? The fear by which we are able to articulate and speak upon it is how we are able to energetically resolve it. So the work that we do, and that starts here, right? It starts here. If you don't fix your heart, then that whatever you don't fix in your heart is going to project itself all around you and outside of the self. So make sure that you're starting within. And it doesn't mean you have to be perfect, right? There's going to be things there you say like, oh, I don't know, like I'm not ready to deal with that. And I like to point this out. The difference between someone saying, I don't want to talk about something versus I'm not ready to talk about something is the space by which we understand that a healing journey is based on readiness. And we cannot articulate what that readiness is for one another, but we hold space for it and we attune to it. And that's how we effectively support one another. Bottom of the deck on this reading, especially with the 10 of Pentacles in its reversal, right? There's a lot of that energy with the 10 of Pentacles in its reversal that can often feel like this type of energy can often feel like those modalities or experiences where we feel like there's a lot of energetic pressure put upon us, right? The sound like, the song of finding one's purpose is often amplified and articulated by feeling like you're disappointing others in the process. But when we're finding our energetic purpose, we're disappointing in the best way possible. And you learn a lot from energy in the space by which another person asks something and is energetically respective in relationality to what you can context by which you can provide versus the space by which another person takes it personally. So that ability of being able to be compassionate, I keep on hearing during retrograde periods, it is never assume anything, because the space by which you assume is often the space by which you might not necessarily understand like the full extent or scope of what is effectively happening. So I keep on seeing when you're feeling a lot of that intense pressure right now, don't project outwards. Just focus on your purpose and continue to proceed inwards. That is our daily collective read for today. I want to thank you guys so much for being here and experiencing it. Just a reminder, if you would like to book a private reading with me, it is a 2-step process. You have to book the reading, you have to pay for the reading. Please make sure you do both if you'd like to have that reading. Most importantly, please remember, I will never, ever, 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 ever reach out to you for a private reading. I will never DM you. I will never PM you. I will never slide into your inbox and tell you that I have a very, very important message that only I can deliver. The only way you can book a reading with me is if you book one on my site. So I would encourage you to do it there. A couple of updates before we move into personal readings today. First and foremost, thank you to everyone who attended our recent class on the moon card. Our next class will be held on Thursday, November 19th at 6 p.m. PST, 9 p.m. Eastern. We will be continuing our studies into the tarot with a focus on the Sun card. If you would like to become a part of that tarot class program, all you need to do is proceed over to my stack and become a paid subscriber. Your monthly subscription there is your ticket of entry into our live classes each and every month. You will also, as a monthly subscriber, have access to over 9 hours worth of material in the Tarot Church Library Class Archive. And if you become and access to a one-on-one chat with me and the other students to ask any questions you may have in relation to anything we've learned and studied thus far. And if you become a founding member to my stack, not only will you receive a discount on the whole year's worth of classes, you will also have full access to the entirety of the Tarot Church Library Class Archive. That is access to over 20 hours worth material in an ever-expanding library. You will also have access to a complimentary one-on-one mentorship class with me, where I will meet with you personally to assess where you are on your own personal tarot journey and give you the best insights in terms of how to utilize those classes to the best of your advantage, moving towards your tarot goals going forward. One of the things I tried to do in these classes was make them accessible to the absolute novice tarot reader, as well as the seasoned reader. There's definitely something there for everyone. Don't let your lack of experience or your robust experience prevent you from joining us in these classes. And even if you don't become a paid subscriber to my stack, I would encourage you to follow me there to stay up to date on any new offerings or services. I also post my weekly newsletter there, which will let you know about my in-person events, as well as my online live schedule. You'll also be notified as to my mystic meditation articles, which are released bi-monthly to help you work you through the lunation cycles. I just wrote one recently on this new moon that we experienced. I also want to let you guys know that on top of my standard life path readings, I also offer mentorship classes. These are for any of my students seeking a more personalized educational experience with me. I take a very limited number of students for this reason, as those classes are focused on each individual's personal spiritual goals and journey work. Those classes can be purchased on an individual level or as a monthly class series, again, weekly or bi-weekly as your schedule permits. Also, for my students seeking more consistent weekly tarot support, I'm very happy to offer weekly tarot insight packages. That is a package of 4 30-minute readings, again, weekly or bi-weekly as your schedule permits, so that you can stay more consistent on your personal journey. I want to thank you guys so much for being here today and sharing in these messages, and we will do this again tomorrow. That is our daily collective read. We are going to get started on personal readings. Congratulations to Billy. You got our highest gifter today, so you will have that free reading. And thank you guys so much for participating. Alexandra, you came in second, so you will have an additional card in your reading. If anybody else would like to get on the list for today, the list is open. It is 3 cards for a donation of 29 or more, 4 cards for a donation of 23 or more for my subscribers, being semi-lio. Please keep in mind there are 2 things I don't read for across these apps, pregnancy and medical. Happy to give insight on anything in private readings, and you can book private readings on my site. Also, friends, we are at 36.3K likes. When we get to 50K, I will be doing a giveaway and gifting a reading back to the collective. I will also stress the list will be short today. If you would like to secure a spot on the list, please do so sooner rather than later. Also, I will not be offering live readings to anyone but subscribers over the next few days. So if you are someone who would like a personal reading over the next few days, please get on the list now, because it might be a few days before you can get back on the list. I'm feeling good today. Last night was rough. Sending you support, Kay. A crumb of closure, please, sir. Please, please. Just a little bit. Billy, thank you for becoming the title gifter with that pumpkin. Why are you calling me out? Sending you support, Unique. I feel like I'm calling everybody out in this energy. Absolutely. Good to see you today, Unique. Exactly how I'm feeling. Sending you support, Dick. And thank you as well, V. And then I was like, I'm going to forget that happened now and move on with my day. Oh, wait, did I miss a part of what you wrote? Okay, cleanse it. Wait, I'm not. Oh, I missed it. It must have been higher up. I only got the tail end of it. Girl, whatever. As we speak. Boy, bye. Hi, V. It's definitely due to it for a soak in the full moon. Oh, I want to know what happened. Post it in the disco. I missed the first part of it. I wish I could go to my ex and be like, what the heck was that, even that? Oh, sending you support, Minnie. Yep. Hi there, Amber. How are you doing? I was like, nope, 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 not today. I got stuff to do. Oh, I need to know what happened. A year of honoring the nope. Yep. And guys, please thank Armad K for their help today. Spot on. Thank you as well, V. Billy, thank you for helping me reach my crown goal. I'm not here to fix it. I'm here to explain how I broke it. Tap to claim. How are you doing today, Maria? I really hope this happens for me one day. Sending you support on that journey, Kay. Have a good class, Bridget. And thank you as well for those crowns. And Doodles, thank you for the follow. Poking the frog. Jump frog jump. I like that. Grand Rising Celestial, clearing the throat. There was a lot of that here. And all, thank you for the follow. Hi there, Healing. Thank you for the follow as well. Thank you, Abraham, for the follow. And Bohemian, thank you for the follow. Thank you as well. Hard to be soft. I know. How do you know if you have a certain type of relationship, moon relationship? So there's a few different ways to do that. I do articulate the time periods by which the relationships were coming into fruition, but I also like to point out we move back and forth into frequencies. So it's entirely possible one day you feel like you're in deep alignment. Sometimes you feel like you're in separation. I often like to articulate the best way to calibrate it is to feel which one you feel most connected to. A magician partnership were specifically the relationships that were coming together between the time of the solstice period over the summer up until the time of Mercury and Venus stationing direct behind Neptune. You can find the actual dates over on my Mystic Meditation articles. And those were relationships that were prioritizing authenticity of the self above all. The authenticity of the self that acts as a beacon for ideal counterpart. Oh my God, the chicken. Yes. Somebody had to get muted. All right, what happened? I felt the blessed. I feel the blessed. I felt blessed to see it. Tap to claim, Dick. And Billy, thank you for helping me reach my crown goal. Heart channeling, thank you for recharging your heart needs and those gifts. Good to see you, dear. How are you doing? Deeply appreciate it. Guys, make sure to give channeling some love. And Monique, thank you for the follow. Experiencing that in February. Yep. I wouldn't be surprised if some stuff back then is coming back around right now. Yep. Libra is in my Saturn birth chart. I feel a chapter change, learning to receive it and not work it. Sending you support on that, Tiff. I'm an hour and 15 minutes late to class. I try to put the times on the times I try to put both on the stack. I also try to post them. I actually try to put them on the calendar event too. If there's a better way for me to do that channeling, I'm all ears. And good vibes. Thank you for the gifts. All right. Yep. Thank you as well, Kay, for all of your help. Thank you for the compliment, Onyx. Excellent. That was a close one. Yeah, it was a close one. All right, friends. One moment. Grand Rising Kirby. Hey, Sin, I had a dream about all my exes. And I woke up and my protection pendant had come off in my sleep. Did you find your protection pendant? Oh my God, that's wild. Yeah, the dreams right now have been wild. I've been having some rough sleep myself. Grand Rising Kirby. I was like, I'm going to pretend that didn't happen and move on with my day. Oh my gosh. Well, if you want to get on the list for a dream interpretation, I'm all for it. It was a very karmic dream with intense experiences. I can imagine. Jeez Louise. Yeah, thank you for that, Kay. No, you meant your Saturn return is going. Oh, your Saturn return is going to start in February. You probably did, but I didn't see it. No worries. Luckily, it didn't get far. I can imagine. Oh, I'm glad to hear that you found it. All right. I didn't even write the dream down. I was like, no, that's fine. If that's the way it is, listen, some dreams you have to be like that with. I feel like you probably are like, yeah. All right, we're going to get started on personal readings. For anyone who wants to get on the list right now, the list is open. We do here life path, highest priority messages from spirit, angelic guidance, past life, pet readings, dream interpretations, Akashic, animal spirit guide readings, mind, body, spirit. If you get on the list right now, you'll be the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th person read for. I'm probably only going to take a few more people on the list today if you want to get on the list. Also, this is probably the only day over the next few days that I'll have my list open to those who are not subscribers. So if you'd like to become a subscriber, you'll be able to get on the list for the next few days. But if you'd like to secure a reading today, make sure you're getting on sooner rather than later. Teresa, thank you for getting on the list. And if you get on the list right now, you will be the 6th person read for. We're going to get started on personal readings, but before we begin, let's warm up those intuition muscles with an intuition check. I've got the animal spirit guide card here. We're going to count back from 10, and when we get to 1, I will reveal the card. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We got the bull. Thank you guys. We'll do that again after the next reading. And the first person we are reading for today is Esteban. Esteban, if you're here, can you respond? And you got very close with Cowbelly. Can you let me know if you would like a general reading or if you have a specific question you'd like me to answer? And guys, I'm going to pin up Esteban here. Make sure to give Esteban some love. We're also at 39K, guys. We'll be at 50K very soon. I'll be able to do that free reading. I got it. Good vibes. All right. Let me just make a change to the name. All right. Guidance and next steps, looking for a new career path. Work has shown me it's time to start. Oof, sending you support there. Why do I keep on hearing the word nepotism? Where's that word coming from? Yeah, like I feel like there's something like I feel like there's something really important in relationality to you know, like here's the thing I'm seeing around something. Like it's saying to me that um it's interesting. Like I feel like I see some kind of situation where like I keep on hearing I keep on hearing the space by which ambition is celebrated is the space by which another person does not see like energy that's secure doesn't see ambition as a threat. They see it as an opportunity, is what I keep on getting. And I feel like there's something really important about that because I almost like I see it's actually interesting. I see you on some kind of like extremely advanced learning curve, you know? And I keep on hearing in the right place, I keep on hearing in the right place, a desire to learn is nourished. It's like the most exciting thing possible. When you're in the right place and you find someone with a desire to learn, it's like I keep on hearing butterfly in the sky. Like I'm hearing butterfly in the sky. I can fly twice as high because it's the energy that says that that person becomes your champion, you know? Like the reliability of someone learning something does I keep on hearing it doesn't surpass you. They become your champion is what I keep on seeing. But when you're I keep on hearing, but when you're too insecure, right? When you're too insecure about your own position and instead of understanding or recognizing the fact that energy's championing like becoming your champion, it's the modality by which you take something personally. And I feel like I feel like that's the thing about it. Like I see some kind of modality that feels like you're stagnating, and I feel like a little bit of that point of stagnation has to do with some kind of energy that's not so much focused on excellence but the status quo. You know, um the status quo like the status quo to be identified there is effectively I feel like there's something that you need to articulate. I feel like That is the main thrust of what it is that you need to articulate as it relates to looking for or identifying a new position. And I keep on hearing, like, before you go, make sure you have a conversation with someone in relationality as to whether there is some room to grow, you know? And again, if it's something, if it's something there where you've already seen evidence that that's not the case, if somebody saw you in a space of being, I keep on hearing, if someone saw you in the space of being voracious, and they I keep wondering, if someone saw you voracious to learn, and they took it more as a personal burn, that speaks more upon them than it does upon you. Because I keep on hearing that, like, a professional space, we don't take another person's excellence personally. Because I keep on hearing, why would I get excellent at someone who's my champion? Right? Like, why would I, why would I be upset with someone who's, like, chomping at the bit to, like, have an opportunity to try or do something? I feel like that, and I feel like that is going to be, like, I feel like that is going to be the thrust. I feel like it's really important that you sort that out, because I see that being the thrust of the conversation that you have to facilitate, like, a new position, right? Because I almost see the space by which another person articulates and says, "Why are you looking?" And I can almost see you saying to them, "I'm looking because I want to learn more. I'm looking before." The reason I'm laughing hysterically right now is, as I was doing this reading, I looked out the window, and I saw a squirrel with, like, the largest thing possible in its mouth running down the street. And so I was about to say, I feel like it's, like, almost a space by which you have to say to someone, "I'm looking for a place that celebrates, like, my veracity to try to get the biggest nut," is what I keep on hearing. Like, I'm looking for a place that celebrates, the identification of looking at how well, like, how much I'm hoping to achieve, and doesn't see that. I keep on hearing, sees that as possibility, not as disrupting the status quo. Because I don't know why, like, there's nothing worse than when we're doing something effectively and someone says to us, "Can you tone it down because you're making me look bad?" Right? Like, that is, like, that. I keep on hearing, that is the song, like, that is the song of stagnation, because it's the energy, like, that is the energy that says, like, "Hey, like, you're blowing the curve, you're blowing the curve." Instead of understanding that that work makes everybody look better in the process. um and I feel like that is what you need to articulate. You have to, I keep on hearing, you want to start with that, because I keep on seeing that you don't, with the what you don't want to do is step out of one frying pan into another frying pan, right? You don't want to, keep wondering, you don't want to enter into another position that's just looking for good enough. Like, look, I keep wondering, look for pathways that say, we cultivate excellence here. We celebrate it. And we don't, I keep wondering, even more so, it's like, it's the energy that I keep on hearing, the energy that does so in such a way. So, and I feel like that's the thing about it. Like, I keep on hearing, like, the conversation that you're having when you're going to come into, like, new career, is saying to someone, "I'm looking, I'm looking for an experience where my hunger is not a threat. It's a joy. It's like, it's not something that like, concerns someone. It's something that delights someone, because they understand that I hold myself to a high standard." Bottom of the deck. It's not, and understand, like, listen, I feel like there's something about, like, the convenience point is, I feel like you're in a good position to do that, because you don't need to say yes to the first thing, right? There might be some energy, and I feel like it's also the space by which energy might say, "This isn't the right place for you," and you being like, "Thank you for telling me that," right? Like, I feel like you have to, like, the conversation that is built upon you saying, like, what, like, this is, I feel like you saying like this, I'm not looking for, I keep wondering the difference between you saying like, I'm not looking for, I'm not looking for, like, I keep on hearing you're not looking for a flat position, right? Like, I keep on hearing, like, I'm not looking for a flat position. I'm looking for something by which I'm constantly, I keep on hearing, like, I'm looking for a position that has a trajectory, which is potentially articulating to another and saying, like, what is the growth potential here, right? For someone that's willing to do that. And like, what I keep on hearing, what pathworks do you have in place as it relates to education or coming into a higher point of excellence? I keep on hearing you're not looking for a flat, you're not looking for something flat, you're looking for trajectory. So make sure, I keep wondering, make sure you're having conversations about those angles. Thank you so much for having that reading with me. And if this message connected to you as well, it's very common for those who need these messages to be here to experience them. We are doing personal readings right now. The list is open if you'd like to get on the list. 3 cards for a donation of 29 or more. 4 cards for a donation of 23 or more for my subscribers. Links in my bio. Please keep in mind there are 2 things I don't read for across these apps: pregnancy and medical. Happy to give insight on anything in private readings, and you can book private readings on my site. The next person we are going to be reading for today, I'm going to take a moment to read over some of the comments that came through as I was reading. Yeah. And I feel like don't get upset about something. I know, I feel like there's something here, right? Like, I keep on hearing, don't, like, channel the frustration. I keep on hearing, channel the frustration into the envelope is what I keep on hearing, which is like, don't let, I keep hearing, don't let your frustration show. I keep on hearing, move it into a space that feels like it's like, move it into a space that feels like it's energetically productive. All right. And I keep on seeing too, like, I keep on getting the message too, like, pay attention if someone's song changes as you're going from something. Because I keep on hearing, like, it's not the modality. I feel like you're not looking for someone to appease you with something. And often that's sometimes what it feels like when we articulate that we're leaving, and only then does someone offer something that they know that we want. So there's something about that too. Yep, I got you good. I'm in a new role and I love what I'm learning, but nobody is teaching or helping me grow. Oh, that's exciting, Betty. That's very cool. Who offers a program like that? My wins are not celebrated. Thank you for confirming. They're criticized and inspected with hopes to find flaws. Yeah. Oh, that's wonderful. And Gay, thank you so much for the follow. Betty, I have a learning. Oh, so that's amazing accomplishments, Betty. That's super exciting. Good job on that work. Yes, it makes sense. I'm working in a nonprofit where you're yeah, you're right. I'm looking for that. Yeah, and that's the thing, right? Like the difference between maintaining status quo versus trajectory. That's a lot to do, Betty. You should be proud of all that work you're doing. And thank you as well. Ella, good to see you today. Rose, welcome. You're so welcome, Esteban. It resonates so much. Oh, and thank you guys for supporting each other in the comments. You're so welcome, Betty. All right. Life's too short not to have a laugh. That's true. Excellent. Okay. They have been, hold on a minute. They've been struggling. They've been triggering me so much. I hate that. I feel like I let them win when triggered. And I keep on hearing, like, observe, I keep on hearing, observe when someone's triggering you, right? Like, don't, like, that's what I meant with that was that chariot card popping out, right? All you do when you let someone trigger you is show them they can bring anything out in you. Yeah, that's how they got me. Oh, that's how they got you to stay last time. Thank you for confirmation. All right. Hi there. How are you doing, Power? Thank you for confirmation as well, Billy. All right, we're going to continue right now. The next person on the list for today is Bridget. Bridget, your cards just flew out. So if anybody else wants to get on the list right now, the list is open. You'll be the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th person read for. 3 cards for a donation of 29 or more. 4 cards for a donation of 23 or more for my subscribers. Links in my bio. Please keep in mind there are 2 things I don't read for across these apps, pregnancy and medical. Happy to give insight on anything in private readings, and you can book private readings on my site. We do here Life Path, highest priority messages from spirit, angelic guidance, past life, pet readings, dream interpretations, Akashic, animal spirit guide readings, and mind, body, spirit. Looks like Bridget might not be back yet. If Bridget is not back, the next person on the list for today is Ava. Ava, if you're here, can you respond in all caps? Let me know if you'd like a general reading or if you have a specific question you'd like me to answer. And while we wait for Ava, let's warm up those intuition muscles with an intuition check. You're so welcome, Esteban, and thank you so much for sharing the live. Also, friends, we are at 41.1K likes. When we get to 50K, I will be gifting a reading back to the collective. So make sure you're tapping that screen and we'll get to 50K in no time. Second call right now for Ava or Bridget. Second call right now for Ava or Bridget. If Ava or Bridget are not here, the next person on the list for today is Billy. Billy, if you're here, can you respond in all caps? Let me know if you'd like a general reading or if you have a specific question you'd like me to answer. And I see Billy there, so I know Billy's here. Ooh, we're doing an animal spirit guide reading. I like it. All right, before we continue, let's warm up those intuition muscles with an intuition check. I've got the animal spirit guide card here. We're going to count back from 10, and when we get to 1, I will reveal the card. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Got the cow. All right. Thank you so much. We'll do that again after the next reading. All right. And I'm going to pin up Billy here. Guys, make sure to give Billy some love. And if you want to get on the list right now, it's a great time to get on the list. You'll be the 3rd person read for. List is nice and short right now if you'd like to get on. Also, I'm keeping the list short right now. So if you'd like to get on the list, please do so sooner rather than later to secure that spot. All right. That makes sense. Okay. So you know, there's something really interesting that I'm seeing in relationality to like the animal spirit that you kind of have to work to embody right now in a circumstance or situation. And the thing about it is and I'm just going to kind of walk you through something I'm seeing here, which is and it's interesting too because it's interesting that like the cow came up with the fox because and it's interesting because I almost feel like the thing that's interesting about it is they're almost telling to me that you have to adopt some kind of cow energy. But and I wanted before when I articulate this is the cow energy is the power to digest something, right? And what's interesting about it, and I need to point this out, cow energy is actually really good to push against fox energy because often fox energy, like when someone's in fox energy, it's very fast, it's very rapid. It's like I need an answer right now, right? I need no, like yes or no, yes or no, yes or no, right? Like yeah, yes or no, right? Like yeah, yes or no, no. I need to right this minute, right? No, I don't have time. I don't have time to wait. I need an answer right now, right? And the cow energy needs time to digest. Cow energy's got lots of stomachs. Cow energy says to us something good doesn't, a process that is good by its nature is a process that does not need to be rushed. Because cow to fox says, what's the rush? What's the rush? Right? It's the space by which you take somebody's, and here's the thing about it, and this is often the space by which we help others, because often when we're too much in our egoic space, like everything must be like this because we're operating in the space of only thinking about the self. But when we start to build into the context of slowing things down, then we understand that what's beautiful about slowing things down is that it gives you the ability to refine a process, right? It gives the ability to be able to do something and then do it again, and then do it again, and then do it again. And every time you do it, it gets better. It's like the heavy editing that allows something to be good, to go from good enough, to energetically exquisite. But often that process, right? Often that process is is mocked, right? It's often mocked by fox energy because they see somebody moving slowly and they say, what, like, why can't you keep up? Right? Like, why can't you keep up? And being like, I'm not putting, I'm not putting the quality of something in how fast it can be done. I'm putting the quality on how exquisite it is when it's finished. And that's often where the cow energy overrides the fox energy. Because while the fox is going pump, 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 and not to say that that's not needed at times, the cow is slowly working on something. They're taking the time, they're going over it, they're refining it, they're refining it, they're refining it, they're refining it, and then they unveil. And when they unveil, it takes everyone's breath away. It's like, where have you been this? It's like, where have you been my whole life? Like, where have you been? I mean, I'm working on this. It's like, it talks more about life's work. It talks more about, it talks more about, um, it talks more about the artisanship of spending a lifetime perfecting upon something. And that every time we return to something, we're a different person in the shape by which we're introduced to it again. And so I feel like there's something important about that because it does feel to me, I don't know if there's some kind of conversation that you're having in relationality to another in terms of slowness or in terms of like craft or in terms of like a process, in terms of like building an experience instead of, I keep on hearing, instead of doing something for the energetic shock value, right? Because, and it's interesting because, and I need to point this out, it's really, it's not the fact that one or the other is better. You understand that. But it's an interesting conversation, isn't it? Because, and it's not to say, and I feel like there's something important about that because and often like I need to point this out and also this is why this often sometimes helps us to help us realize another person's intentions, right? Because when one person says I need this now and another person says it takes me a week to do that, then the space by which if another person says, well, I can't wait that long, and you say, well, you have a good day, right? It's the understanding that often in the modality by which another person is respective of us shows us the architecture of a healthy relationship. Because I keep on seeing if energy wants something fast instead of good, then they're basically articulating the fact that they're willing to sacrifice quality for the sake of quantity. Bottom of the deck on this reading, yeah, the Ace of Swords, right? It's not the fact that there isn't a positive or negative. It all is a question of what you're prioritizing. And I feel like it's almost you. I feel like there's something about that. I don't know if there's something that you're doing right now. Like, I don't know if there's something you do that feels more traditional, right? I don't know if there's something about you doing something that feels more artisanal or traditional, but this is often what we see. I often see someone in this modality by someone who understands the power of craft. And what is the power of craft? The power of craft is often misambiguated by the fact that the power of craft is not the output of something. It's not what's on the end of it. It's the process that one goes through in the experience of making something. It's the process, it's like the beauty of craft is the understanding of all of the steps that it takes to energetically fabricate something. So I feel like there might be something, I feel like there's something about that cow energy that says, show someone your process. If someone does not appreciate something that you do, start showing them the process that you go through in order to make it, because the process is the art. The process is the beauty. The process is not separate. It's part and parcel to it. Thank you so much for having that reading with me. And if this message connected to you as well, it's very common for those who need these messages to be here to experience them. We are doing personal readings right now. If you would like to get on the list is open. It is 3 cards for a donation of 29 or more, 4 cards for a donation of 23 or more for my subscribers. Links in my bio. Please keep in mind there are 2 things I don't read for across these apps: pregnancy and medical. Happy to give insight on anything in private readings, and you can book private readings on my site. We're also at 43.5K likes. When we get to 50K, I will be gifting a reading back to the collective. So make sure you're tapping that screen and we'll get to 50K in no time. And just bear with me a minute. I'm going to read over some of the comments that came through as I was reading. About a month ago, I was guided towards both tigers and peacocks, but I'm new to animal spirit guides. Well, and the way I read for animal spirit guides is a little bit different than the way others do. I often have them come towards me in terms of helping guides, showing us what qualities we need to bring to circumstances or situations to help us through something. Wow. Power to digest. But I also like, it's interesting too, because I would almost articulate the fact that you identified peacock versus tiger. Peacock versus tiger is also very similar to fox versus cow. It's interesting because it's interesting because it's talking about, like, it's talking about speed opposed to elegance, right? It's like, and it's interesting. It's the same conversation in a way, in a different form, right? Do you want it done fast or do you want it done well? Yes. A fox can be tricky. I mean, it's not necessarily like the qualities, there are positive qualities that we see around fox energy too. But I think it's interesting given the cards I drew around this, because I keep on hearing it's a conversation between fox and cow. A great perspective. Yeah, the stabilizing force. And it might be having to require, I feel like it's almost you potentially having to tell someone why you want them to slow something down or why you want them to do something over again. And then I almost feel like see something being like, it's why, it's fine. And being like, I know it's fine. I want it to be perfect. You know what I mean? I almost hear you saying to someone, I know it's fine. You can do better than fine. I want it to be perfect. Exactly. Quality over quantity. Yeah, where have you been, Loca? I like that. I like that. I like that channeling. My boss just gave me the talk about how older employees cost companies more. Oh, wow. He is also older. Wow, that's a weird conversation to have then. Grand Rising, Corey. And Rose, thank you for the follow. Yes, I'm currently still in a process that I expected to be over forever ago. Thank you for confirming. It's giving refined. Yeah, you got it. Yeah, like refined blacksmith vibes. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, like you like it's like it's a lot of that refining. Yep. He has to be, that's wild. That's wild. Wow. We never agree on anything. He owns, oh my gosh, that's wild, Ella. I needed to hear this as well. Thank you, Per. And thank you for helping me fulfill my crown goal, Billy. I had one of those as well in the past. Why aren't you eating out every day? I see it. I'm back. Hi there. How are you doing, Bridget? Yeah. Yep, that's some exceptional thinking. Excellent. You don't make a perfect sword with just, yeah, there you go. You don't make a perfect sword with just fine. Yeah, you can make, you make a fast sword, right? Like that's the thing. Like you put the sword in the water too fast, it's gonna break the first time you try to use it. Beautifully put. All right, we're gonna continue right now. I like that. Iron sharpens iron. All right, we're gonna continue right now. The next person on the list, I'm still looking, is Bridget. You're back. Are you ready to have your reading? I'm looking for Bridget or Ava. And if anybody else wants to get on the list right now, it's a great time to get on the list. You'll be the 1, 2, 3, fourth person read for. Hi, Bridget. And we're also at 45.4K likes. When we get to 50K, I will be gifting a reading back to the collective. So make sure you're tapping that screen and we'll get to 50K in no time. And if anybody's joining us across the other app, you can also get on the list today via my tree that has links in it in my bio. We do hear highest priority messages from Spirit, and life path, angelic guidance, past life, pet readings, dream interpretations, akashic, animal spirit guides, and mind, body, spirit. Bridget, if you could just let me know if we're doing a general or if you have a specific question you'd like me to answer. If you have information that you feel is relevant to our readings, if you have a dream that you would like interpreted or a past life you would like more information on, you can post it in the notes when you send the donation, or you can post it in our subscriber only Discord channel in the appropriate channels. All right, before we continue, let's do an animal spirit guide intuition check. I've got the animal spirit guide card here. We're going to count back from 10. And when we get to 1, I will reveal the card. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cat. All right. And I'm going to pin up Bridget here. Yeah, you saw me pull the blank. Can I please have highest priority messages from my counterparts? Spirit team. Great question. Great question. 4 cards. Mm. I feel like they're asking for patience right now, because I see somebody. I literally, it's wild. I see somebody creating. I keep on hearing, for the first time in their life, they're creating their own tower moment. Intentionally. I keep on seeing they're working through the space that say, in order to avoid a tower moment, I must create a tower moment. In order to in order to create in order to protect a tower moment from myself, I have to create a tower moment for others. And I keep on seeing the space by which I keep on seeing they're not doing it. They're not doing it with the intention of hurting anyone. But I keep on hearing this is the result of them allowing energy in that underappreciates them. This is the sound of them putting their foot down. This is the sound of them putting their foot down. And I don't think they have ever, I don't think this person has ever put their foot down before. Because I just keep on seeing that they're caretaker energy. I see somebody that says they never want to turn someone away. They never don't want to be there for someone. But I just keep on seeing that that has also resulted in them being betrayed over and over and over again by energy that saw their compassion as I keep on hearing, as like as a fallback instead of a priority. I see some kind of circumstance or situation where another person articulates to them and says, "You've always been there for me." Right? You're always like it's like the energy that almost keeps on hearing someone say, "You've always got my back." And someone being like, "I don't want to have your back. I want to have your front. I want you to like I want something I want something that allows them not to be another person's backup plan." And I keep on seeing that what's happening now is they've had that happening to such a degree that I see a circumstance or situation that I almost hear them saying they're going through some kind of process by which they're saying the only thing I can do to get out of this is leave. And I keep on, and I feel like they're taking a lot of accountability for it because I see them articulating, because I keep on hearing that it's like I see some kind of situation where they're now recognizing that they let a lot of energy around them take advantage of them. And now they're finally holding up boundaries. And now they feel the sense that if they try to create anything for themselves, the energy around them is going to take it personally. Right? That is the level of messiness that I see that someone has gotten themselves into in relationality to some kind of feeling of drama. Like I see somebody looking around a situation and saying, I've got no energetic support here. That it's somebody, like I see somebody, like I see something here where someone is saying, I'm not, I see someone being like, why are you doing this to me? Like I see somebody that is trying to paint someone in the space by which they're doing something to them. And I keep on hearing somebody saying, I'm not doing anything to you beyond choosing myself. I keep on seeing someone say, I keep on hearing someone say to someone, it is over. And another person saying, why are you hurting me? And then being like, I'm not hurting you. I'm trying to be honest with you. It's over. And someone being like, we can't even be friends. And someone being like, the problem is we're always friends, but it's not friendship. You want something more from the friendship. I keep on hearing somebody saying, you haven't been a good friend to me, because I keep on seeing some kind of situation where like the energy around them keeps blurring the lines in relationality to what is happening. And I keep on hearing, I'm your convenience. Like I keep on hearing someone say, like, you never call me your partner, but I'm always there when you need one. I keep on, you don't call me your part. I keep on hearing, you don't call me your partner, but I'm always there when you need one. Specifically that line. You might want to write that down. I keep on hearing them say, you don't call me your partner, but I'm always there when you need one, which is the space by which it feels like somebody looks towards someone to, like I told you, like they're a fallback plan. And I keep on hearing someone say, like, but we're just friends, like we can't be friends, and being like, there's nothing friendly between us. And that's why I keep on seeing someone, and I hear someone saying, you're forcing a relationship out of me. And another person saying, I'm not forcing anything. I'm saying it's over. Like, this is the type of complication that I keep on seeing. It's like someone who refuses to have a relationship with someone, but then someone who's also trying to paint themselves a victim because another person is saying that I'm not going to be available to you in the capacity by which something is energetically convenient. And so I keep on seeing this situation. Like I see somebody like working through something and saying, I feel like I gotta go. Like I keep on feeling like somebody has recognized that the situation that they're in has made it impossible to have any kind of healthy partnership, because I almost see somebody that's like in their proximity to so much, to like so much that they're taking their healing journey easily, and they're like like they're taking, I mean, they're taking their healing journey personally, and trying to articulate to others in relationality to like I keep on hearing like they're like poisoning the well. Like I keep on hearing they're poisoning the well in terms of anybody that tries to like come towards them. I keep on seeing. So, and that's what I meant about them. And that's what I meant when I said I'm reading into somebody here that says they're creating their own tower moment, because I literally see them saying like they're walking away from something that they built, something that they put a lot of care and attention to, because I keep on seeing them saying that they're like, you know, I need to choose myself, and there's no future for me here, because because of the condition by which another person is trying to continue to take advantage of them. And I keep on hearing it's like almost a space by which they're saying if they can't take advantage, they're going to make they're going to like if they can't take advantage, they're going to make their life difficult, or they're going to make or they're going to be like, I keep on hearing like they're going to be the energetic thorn in their side. And I keep on hearing like I wish them the best, but they don't, like I see them being like, it's like I see the energy like feel, I keep on hearing them say no good deed goes unpunished, because that's how it feels. Like it feels like it's like they're realizing that the fact that another person wasn't being respective about everything they've done for them, it's like I keep on hearing it's like the ball rolling down the hill in relationality to the energy, not being appreciative, but being more demanding, and now getting angry because another person isn't like allowing them to like take advantage of the relationship. Bottom of the deck. I feel like that, and what I meant about them building their own tower moment is I feel like they've just come to terms with the fact that sometimes going on a healing journey means that you have to be okay with another person trying to make you the bad guy in their experience, right? Like I keep on saying, I don't, there's no, I keep on hearing like them looking at something and being like nothing, like everything they say to someone, they're just turning into something on like something that feels like I feel like everything they try to say to someone just becomes fuel, like just becomes further fuel for their narrative. You know, like I see a kind of situation or circumstance by which another person just says like there's nothing that they can do that allows the context by which something productive can occur. And that's why I keep on hearing I keep on hearing they're making, this is what happens on a healing journey. You know, it's almost the energy that's working through something and they're just making peace with the fact that their healing journey is potentially is potentially another person refusing to see something in that way, because I keep on hearing healthy boundaries, like healthy boundaries are respected. They're not put up, they're not put up to hurt another person. But if someone's, I keep on hearing if someone's throwing themselves on our healthy boundaries, I keep on hearing this energy say there's nothing I can do, because I keep on seeing the energies like articulating. I literally see someone being like, I'm not doing anything but putting up boundaries. Another person being like, your boundaries are hurting me, because they have boundary issues. So I feel like I see somebody that is like looking, like I see somebody that is potentially, I almost feel like I almost see someone like literally like the level of degree I'm seeing something here, like someone potentially divesting from a business that they're in. I keep on hearing they're pulling up stakes. I keep on hearing somebody say, I just want to cash in, like having a conversation about extricating themselves from some kind of messiness so that they can have a fresh start somewhere else. Like that's the level that I'm seeing here. And I keep on hearing someone be like, all I want is a fresh start. Like I just see someone being like, I want a fresh start. And so I feel like that's what I meant in terms of the energy saying, like working through being patient, because I keep on seeing every day this energy wakes up and goes, why can't, like, I just want to leave. Like I see the energy being like, I just want to, like nothing, everything in their power. It's taking all of their power to stay somewhere, because I keep on seeing everything in them is like just ready, is like ready for that fresh start. But I keep on hearing they're pulling up tent stakes, And I keep on hearing they're pulling up 10 stakes because there's something about having to pull up 10 stakes so that I keep on hearing they don't leave someone understaffed or underhanded, is what I keep on hearing, right? I keep on seeing someone that's like doing some kind of work to facilitate the preparation of them going. Because I keep on seeing like somebody saying, like, I feel like I keep on hearing somebody is so fundamental to something that they don't want to, they can't, it's not that easy, is what I keep on hearing. They can't just get up and go. There's a lot of, I keep on hearing there's a lot of things to effectively sort out. Thank you so much, Bridget, for having that reading with me. And if this message connected to you as well, it's very common for those who need these messages to be here to experience them. We are doing personal readings right now. If you would like to get on the list is open. It is 3 cards for a donation of 29 or more, 4 cards for a donation of 23 or more for my subscribers, links in my bio. Please keep in mind there are 2 things I don't read for across these apps: pregnancy and medical. Happy to give insight on anything in private readings, and you can book private readings on my site. We are also at 50K. Thank you guys so much for helping us get to that 50K number. We'll be doing a giveaway and gifting a reading back to the collective. I'm going to take a moment to read over some of the comments that came through as I was reading. All right. There's a raven, Ella. I'm going to borrow this question someday. It was a great question. I think I might have to use that one day too. Absolutely. I got this message myself yesterday when pulling cards. Thank you for confirmation on the reading, Bridget. That should have been a lip gloss ad. Yeah. I was like, but I've been patient. Well, thank you for confirming what I was seeing in the reading. Prisha, how are you doing today? Maybe they're also saying to allow the patience to be second nature and not something forced. I keep on like I keep on like the thing about it is it's a different kind of patience now, because I see it's like it's not like they have been too patient with energy around them, and now they're having to be patient in terms of trying to do something for themselves. Trust me, at this point it's not forced, it's resignation. We've all moments where our patience feels exhausting, and I'm in that moment right now. Thank you for also receiving that message, Shaquille. I know I'll be fine again, but right now it feels overwhelming. And I feel like, again, I keep on hearing, like, if you're feeling a lot of that overwhelm of feelings and being like, whose feelings are these? That's, I told you, every morning they're like, what if I just, like, I see someone being like, I just need to get out of here. Like, I feel like I see somebody being like counting the days until they can move away from something. But I keep on hearing it's not that easy. I keep on hearing there's some kind of energetic handoff that needs to happen. I keep wondering they're invested. I understand the situation because I was in this position a few years ago myself, but I walked away. Thank you as well, Marilla, for receiving the Maria for receiving these messages as well. And thank you for those gifts. He's 2 years behind you. So again, if this feels familiar, then let that serve as confirmation as well. This sounds like my ex. Yeah, I also have gotten 3 interrupting calls. You got 3 interrupting calls during the reading, so that feels significant as well. No, this is definitely like, here's the thing about it. Like, that's what I mean. It's like I keep on seeing like any day now. You know? Like this is like you see this, like these 2 cards, like it's like the fact that they know where they want to go, like they're ready for it, like they're putting these plans in place. But that's why I keep on feeling it feels interminable, because I see like there's something about this that, like, now that they know what they want to do, having to stick around for something, like I keep on seeing like this feels, you know what I mean? Like I feel like I see someone being like, this feels like torture. Like they want to get on, they want to get on with things. No, he's not. No, this is not towering forever. This is this is a controlled tower moment, is what I keep on seeing. Thank you for that beautiful gift channeling. And Heather, thank you for the follow. You're welcome. Continue to practice patience. I too struggle with patience. You might want to work, like might want to work on some practices like writing to counterpart right now. That might help too with some of those feelings, like channeling it into a productive space. I still feel like I have to move, but I keep on pointing out, if you know that you don't want to move, but you feel the energetic call to, and it feels like it's overwhelming and confusing, that would be further articulation in terms of you connecting to their feelings. Confirmation for me also. You're so welcome, Tiff. Every few days, I feel like I want a fresh start. Maybe I should just move somewhere. Thank you as well, user 632. That makes sense, and I'm feeling them because it feels chaotic. Because I keep on hearing, like, I keep on seeing, I think we've talked about this. You're like, I don't want to move. Why do I feel this call to? Right? Like, there's that's your call. You're like, that doesn't make any sense. Where is this weird feeling coming from? All right, we're going to continue right now. The next person on the list for today is Ava. Yeah, you see confirmation. Yeah, I don't want to move. Yeah, exactly. All right. The next person we're reading for today is Ava. Ava, if you're here, can you respond in all caps? Let me know if you'd like a general reading or if you have a specific question you'd like me to answer. And if anybody else wants to get on the list for today, the list is, we have to do the 50K. Thank you, Julie, for reminding me. Before Ava comments, we're going to do the 50K, but if anybody wants to get on the list right now, you'll be the third person read for. I am thinking of a number right now. I'm thinking of a number right now between 1 and 46. First person I see that posts the number will get the reading. First person I see, not the first person that posts it. Sometimes I see things in a different order than you guys post them. Alexander, congratulations. You got it. All right. We will do that again when we get to 100K. In the meantime, if anybody wants to get on the list, you will be the fourth person read for. 3 cards for a donation of 29 or more, 4 cards for a donation of 23 or more for my subscribers. Links in my bio. Please keep in mind there are 2 things I don't read for across these apps, pregnancy and medical. Happy to give insight on anything in private readings, and you can book private readings on my site. Alex, is Ava here? If Ava is not here, we are going to proceed to the next person. If Ava's not here, the next person we're reading for today is Good. Good, if you're here, can you let me know if you'd like a general reading or if you have a specific question you'd like me to answer? And while we wait for Good's question, let's do an intuition check. I've got the Animal Spirit Guide card here. We're going to count back from 10. When I get to 1, I will reveal the card. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The eagle. Thank you guys for participating. We'll do that again after the next reading. All right, where were we? And I see you. Good. You let me know if we're doing a general or if you have a specific question. We're also at 52K likes. When we get to 100K, I'll be doing another giveaway and gifting a reading back to the collective. So make sure you're tapping that screen and we'll get to 100K in no time. Also, if you want to get on the list right now, it's a great time to get on the list. You'll be the 1, 2, 3. You'll be the 4th person read for. 3 cards for a donation of 29 or more. 4 cards for a donation of 23 or more for my subscribers. Links in my bio. We do here life path, highest priority messages from spirit, angelic guidance, past life, pet readings, dream interpretations, Akashic animal spirit guide, and mind, body, spirit. And if you have information that you feel is relevant for the purposes of our reading, for instance, if you have a dream that you would like interpreted, or if you have a past life that you would like more information on, you can put that information in the notes when you send the donation. You can also post it in our subscriber-only Disco channel in the appropriate channels. I have not seen your question come through good, so you may need to rephrase it. There might be something that is being filtered on my end. So just if you could repost the question. And while we wait for Good's question, I would like to invite you guys to our next tarot class, which is going to be held on Thursday, November 19th at 6 p.m. PST, 9 p.m. Eastern. We are going to be continuing our studies into the tarot with a focus on the Sun card. And if you want to become part of that tarot class program, all you need to do is head on over to our stack and become a paid subscriber. All right, we've got here, just bear with me a moment. Hold on a minute. Okay, perfect. All right, I'm going to pin up Good here. Sam, I'm happy to read for you. These are donation-based readings. So if you would like to get on the list for today, the list is open. You will be the third person read for. It is 3 cards for a donation of 29 or more for non-subscribers. 4 cards for a donation of 23 or more for my subscribers. The gift of a baby dragon can also get you on the list today. All right. And please keep in mind, there are 2 things I do not read for across these apps, pregnancy and medical. And if you have information that is relevant to our readings that you would like to share with me, you can post it in the notes when you send the donation, or you can post it in our subscriber only Disco channel in the appropriate channels. All right, I'm pinning up good here. Highest priority from Spirit Team on ID, this space and separation or reconciliation. Okay. If this is separation or reconciliation, I got you, dear. And one more, please. Distance doesn't fix things. Distance doesn't fix things, is all I keep on hearing. Distance doesn't fix things. And I feel like it has to do with someone that hasn't healed from an intimacy wound. I see somebody who has a tendency of pulling away from relationship because they articulate the fact that they need some space. Someone that is in the space by which they're ready for a relationship does not require space from one. I feel like you have to write that down. Someone that articulates that they need desire for space to navigate something happening in a relationship is literally giving you the articulation of someone that is not ready to handle one. Because I keep on hearing in healthy relationship, we give each other an hour. We don't need a week. Right? We go for a walk. We don't go on a trek. And often when someone says that they need space, what they're really saying is I'm not ready for committed relationship. Things do not get healed with distance. And I would be very conscientious because I do feel like I see someone potentially coming towards you because they want a fresh start. And I keep on hearing, remember, a fresh start is usually confirmation of someone that's not ready for a committed relationship because they're saying, I would like to replicate the beginning parts of the relationship. I liked that. I liked the part where we were getting to know each other without any of the pesky strings attached. Without any of the complications of enmeshment. There are those who want company. And there are those who want a serious relationship. And the way to amplify if someone's ready for a serious relationship is whether they're ready to be enmeshed. And I almost see somebody that I keep on hearing, like somebody who's got a little bit of work to do in terms of saying good fences makes good neighbors, which is the space by which I keep on hearing somebody feels like they visit into a relationship, right? Someone who looks at relationship goes, it's a nice place to visit, but I feel uncomfortable staying. Or the space by which another person like tries to navigate, like keeps on pulling away when it feels like there's too many, you're getting too close to each other, or there are too many expectations. I keep wondering, the way you'll know is if this energy starts balking when you start building into assumption, right? Like when you start to get into a pattern with someone and you say, so I'll see you next week. And they go, I never said that. And being like, but we, Always. I mean, like, I need to let you know, right? That's usually a sign of someone that's not ready for an enmeshed relationship because they won't even observe. Like, they get wary when they recognize the comfortability by which you're falling into a routine. I keep on hearing routines are healthy in a relationship. Routines are beautiful. But if there's some kind of modality by which you articulate, like, I don't know if you created some kind of, if there was some kind of modality that someone got frustrated in the space by which you presumed a routine, is what I keep on hearing. Did someone get frustrated because you presumed a routine? Which is the space by which you say, okay, so I'll, like, the moment that you're like, you're feeling comfortable, like, okay, so I'll see you on Thursday. And they go, what? Excuse me? Oh, very, very, very presumptuous of you to assume that we'll see each other on Thursday. And you being like, but we we always see each other on Thursday. No, but you have to ask me. I might have something to do. That's usually a sign of someone that's not ready for partnership because they hear the minute somebody, it's like the energy that says, don't get too comfortable here, right? The energy that everything's fine until you assume, and then they go, don't get too comfortable. When it's not, because I keep on hearing in relationship, it's natural to presume. But when someone's not ready to commit, they'll see it as they'll see it as the audacity of assuming, which is being like, they need to heal this. And you're not the first person they've gone through this with. I would be very conscientious about what they said happened in their last relationship. I would be very conscientious about replaying if you had a conversation about what happened in their past relationship. Because usually you'll be able to find someone in this because they'll say they did not respect my boundaries. I would be very conscientious if they articulated to you that something happened in past relationship by which they said they were nebulous, by which they said they didn't respect my boundaries, but they didn't go into detail about it. Because the space by which I see someone wanting a relationship that has proximity, and that's why I said be very there's every this energy is coming back. I'm saying all of this to you not to say that they're not going to come back. They want to restart. They're going to come back and they're going to want all of the joys of the first part. The first they're in love with the first blush of partnership, right? They like all of the excitement of building into the connection without any of the pesky enmeshment. And that's why I said I would be very very conscientious when this energy reaches out again to finish the conversation you had where you left it. If you were in the midst of a conversation and they walked away from it, that conversation is going to protect you going forward. Because if they come back and they say, how have you been? And you say, are you ready to finish the conversation? Then they say, oh, you're still going on about that. And they go away again. That's a sign of someone who is completely trying to just have the first part of a relationship with you because they're hoping to put enough space in between that you feel silly bringing it up because so much time has passed. I can't believe you're still going on about that. We always go on about it because that is what we do in relationship. We don't abandon conversations in order to try to get back to the new car energy of a kindling of a relationship. So I would be very conscientious when this energy comes back because I keep on hearing, I keep on hearing, like, look at this. I got King of Swords here, right? Someone who's expecting to come back to you, but when they come back, they're hoping to return back to the way it was when they first began to be with you. Bottom of the deck on this reading. Yeah. What was the conversation? What were you talking about? Doesn't feel like it was that unreasonable to ask. It feels like you made some kind of assumption, a reasonable assumption. Don't be mad at yourself for making a reasonable assumption. All we do in healthy partnership is make reasonable assumptions. I keep on seeing we give each other the gift of knowing what to expect. We don't keep each other on call. We don't say, I'll let you know if I'm available. When we're prioritizing, we say, I'll be there. And if there was something about you articulating and saying if there's something about this, like them like working through the space by which you were like talking about something and they said like, how dare you? Right? Like I see like that's the space by which the funny thing about boundary issues, the funny thing about boundary issues is boundary issues are often identified not in the space of someone asking something, but in another person feeling like an energetic violation occurs in the space by which another person is getting to know them. So the space by which we have like I told you, like the intimacy issue that is marked with a boundary issue, which is somebody who's like, I keep on hearing, I would be, did it feel like they were trying to provoke an argument? Did they want some kind of break to go away from something? Was there a trip that they were going into? I would be very conscientious if there was something about the fact that they were going away and it was energetically convenient for them to create an argument with you because we're in a bad place, right? Like there's something about this. I would be very conscientious if it feels like somebody was looking for a reason to be upset about something. So I keep on hearing like the modality of this, and I keep on hearing distance doesn't fix things, right? And that modality or the space by which another person comes back and says, I'm ready to talk about it. Like if energy comes back and says, I'm ready to talk about it, then that's usually someone that's coming into the maturation point. But if they're in some kind of modality here where they just, I keep on hearing like try to come back and say, how you doing? Right? Like that non sequitur where they're trying not to pick it back up. That was not a chalkboard erase moment, that was a bookmark, and that will now protect you going forward to make sure that someone's not trying to perpetually get you into space where they're creating a restart, and then they're creating conflict when they start to feel the anxiety of something becoming too routine or too familiar that builds into the space of having to have responsibilities or expectations towards it. Thank you so much for having that reading with me. Good. And if this message connected to you as well, it's very common for those who need these messages to be here to experience them. We are doing personal readings right now. If you would like to get on the list is open. You'll be the third person read for. Um, I'm probably going to take maybe one more person on the list today before I close the list. It's 3 cards for a donation of 29 or more, 4 cards for a donation of 23 or more for my subscribers, links in my bio. Please keep in mind there are 2 things I don't read for across these apps, pregnancy and medical. Happy to give insight on anything in private readings, and you can book private readings on my site. All right. Samantha, if you'd like to be on the list, all you need to do is send the donation. I'll be happy to read for you. We're also going to be doing 1 card readings for subscribers. If you'd like to become a super fan, you'll also be eligible for a 1 card reading. Is this space? Exactly. That's so true. Things do not get healed with distance. The silence has been deafening, but I've allowed it. So true. I agree so much. This is spot on. When we started falling out of routine, I questioned it. And well, that is true. We were in the middle of an argument when he left. It was about a post he made that was disrespectful to our relationship. Oh my goodness. Thank you. It's been brutal, but my abandonment wound is getting help. Trust me, do you remember I said like someone provoking an argument? Someone like I keep on hearing like someone provoking an argument, right? Someone being like, "What are you upset about?" Being like, "You know exactly what I'm upset about," and someone trying to play like they're like, "No." Trust me, everyone in this collective knows exactly. Yes, it did feel that way, right? Convenient given the timing, right? Convenient given the timing of someone being like, well, we were in a bad place. Like, why were you in a bad place? Were you in a bad place or did they put you in a bad place? Yes, this post was very intentional and he denied it. Thank you for confirmation. I even thought it was intentional to have distance while he wanted to do what he wanted. That's what I meant. Like somebody, I keep wondering, somebody like someone creating a volatility point because, well, we were having, I hear somebody creating a volatility point, then going, well, we were going through a rough patch, right? Sending you support on that journey. Oh, sending you so much support. Good. Thank you for confirmation on the reading and sending you support on the journey. All right, I'm going to continue right now. The next person on the list is Ava. Ava, if you're here, can you respond in all caps? Let me know if you'd like a general reading or if you have a specific. Whoa. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Let me know if you have a general reading or if you have if you would like. Let me know if you would like a general reading or if you have a specific question. Ava, thank you. Question, thank you. And remember, we don't put the full name of the place. We don't put the full. Just put the initial. Okay. All right. And then just a reminder, if anybody else would like to get on, no, I think I'll take maybe one more person today before the list will be closed. Just bear with me as I pull up Ava's question. And just a reminder to anyone who'd like to, hold on a minute. All right. There we go. Okay. So is this inside tea on? Let me just read over the comments. Thank you. It's okay, dear. And thank you, V, for sharing the live. Always appreciate when you guys share the live. And thank you as well, Desi, for sharing the live. Okay, so before we continue, let's do an animal intuition check. And also, Ava, could you let me know if this is inside tea or outside tea? Also, friends, we're at 55K likes. When we get to 100K, I will be gifting a reading back to the collective. So make sure you're tapping that screen. We'll get to 100K in no time. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Got the snake. All right. All right, where were we? And I'm going to pin up, hold on a minute. Thank you again, Desi, for sharing the live. Always appreciated. Guys, I'm going to pin up Ava here. Make sure to give Ava some love. Could I have a reading on how I can best navigate the retreat? I knew it wouldn't be easy, but I've been struggling a bit to adapting. It's only day 3, and I know it will take time. Advice on what I can implement to help me. 2 cards from higher self, 2 cards from guides. It's wild because all these cards flew out like before I even started the reading. I mean, I feel like the reason it might be hard right now is I feel like I see you going through some kind of energetic karmic tug of war. You know? I don't know if you've got a lot of past life memories that are popping back up to the surface here, but like it does. Like it feels like I feel like there's a lot of energy right now that's like, is this thing on? You know what I mean? Like, I'm getting a lot of like, is this thing on? Can you hear me kind of thing? You know? Like it's noisy. Who like this is a lot, like there's a lot here. Um I think that the thing I keep on seeing in relationality to the work right now is, and I keep on hearing that this is going to help from the guides. Um and they're saying basically because there's 2 different modalities through which you can enter into that meditative state. Is I keep on hearing you can either be like purposeful or present. Purposeful or present. And the reason I keep on hearing like the guides effectively articulating is because those are very different things. Because I'll tell you right now, if you try to go into a meditative state right now and try to be present, I feel like there's a lot of karmic unfolding happening there right now. And I feel like the reason, like the reason I see that is and I don't okay, and like so there's a lot, yeah, there's a lot going on and they're happening in tandem. So I'm gonna walk you through what I'm seeing from like an energetic perspective to get you a better sense of what I see is going on energetically. I see you focusing on your purpose. And as you focus more on your purpose, I feel like I see you getting some perspective on something. And the thing about the getting the perspective is either focusing upon what it is that you're working to do right now, which is like working through the higher self. But the perspective is also allowing you to have some clarity as it relates to being able to see some kind of past karmic stuff playing out, is what I keep on seeing. The observation of working through some kind of karma that has to do with the energy around you. And I told you, this is that energy. Do you see this energy like around you is like and it has a lot to do, and this is even coming through in a lot of our readings, like the difference between someone that moved away from you hoping to elicit thirst in you. You know what I mean? Like it's literally, I feel like it's literally some kind of energy, like some kind of karmic connection that was in them space being like, do you miss me yet? Like, are you thirsty yet? You know, are you ready? Are you ready to come back here? Like that type of energy versus the energy that's ahead of you that says, don't you dare. It's like I keep on saying, don't you dare. So that's like like that's the energy of the karmic noise that I hear around you right now. And the thing about it is it's hard because I feel like that's what I mean in terms of like when you go into a meditative state, determining if you want to be present or purposeful. Because the thing I'm picking up with your guides is that work, both of the modality of that work is useful to you in both experiences until you're experiencing them all at once. Because I feel like I see that modality by which you're trying to focus upon one's own path work of purpose. And I keep on hearing like all of that karmic stuff, like it's like it diverts your attention because you're like, what is that? Like what is that? So, and I keep on hearing both of them, and the reason the guides are giving you both at once is because they're related, is what I keep on hearing. Like they're not, it's like they're energetically related to help you, or like to help you get a sense. And I keep on hearing like the reason that they're giving you both at once is because in order to know where you're like it's helping you to build into the sense of the presence. And I keep on hearing that the sense of being present is knowing where you came from, right? Like here's the history, here's the history, and here's the purpose, right? So I feel like the best thing that you could potentially do, if you feel, I keep wondering, if you feel that energy happening all at once and it feels like it's disorienting, um, I feel like it's almost like helping the guides with the direction sense in relationality to what direction you want to move into in a space of meditation, which is like almost like I keep on saying, like, take me backwards, right? Which is almost a space by which you say, show me, like, show me the file. Show me the file. Like, show me the file. Show me what it is that I've experienced, right? Now show me the energetic assignment, right? Like show me what it is, show me where it is that I've come from. Now let's talk a bit about why that is important in relationality to where it is. And I feel like the thing about this here is I feel like a lot of that work is helping you. I feel like there's something about your guides right now that are working on helping you build into your own confidence. And I keep on hearing um like like I keep on hearing confidence is being able to turn away from nonsense in terms of saying like, this isn't helpful to me. So I keep on seeing if there's a lot of wackiness or a lot of wacky energy that you're experiencing as you're meditating, like dispel it, just dispel it by being like, that's not helpful. Like, that's not helpful. You know what I mean? Like moving on kind of thing is what I keep on seeing because I feel like um I feel like what's really happening right now, and you can confirm with me, is I feel like this is some kind of meditative state that's helping you get a better sense of who you are. And I keep on hearing that like the observation of who you are is going to help you like ground through that. And I think that that's kind of like the meeting point between what I'm seeing in relationality to like feeling the pull of the assignment versus feeling the pull of the file, which is being like, well, who am I? Right. And I feel like that's the space, like almost like, oh, now we're right. Like it's like that is the catalyst between those two energetic facets is what I keep on seeing. The observation of building into the confidence of the self by being able to understand and identify what it is that one is working on doing better. Bottom of the deck, yeah, especially with this 10, like especially with the 10 of cups in its upright. I just keep on seeing that, especially like I can see the fact that it's hard because I almost feel like you're going to have to. I feel like there's something about this retreat that's going to frustrate you because it's just at the time that it winds up that it feels like you're getting the hang of something, you know. And I need to point this out. Like I don't want you to look at something from the perspective of a benchmark is what I keep on seeing, not looking at something from the perspective of a benchmark, but rather recognizing that like the like even if something comes up that's unresolved, like that in itself is helping to build shape into what one is trying to do in a better fashion. I just keep on seeing like this is a conversation that you're having with your higher self in relationality to what feels constructive. And I feel like there's something about that word constructive, which is like I keep on hearing and I feel like there's something like the problem with it is I almost feel like there's something about the karmic situation that feels more like it feeds into the entertainment value of something. Right? Like, I feel like it's almost like that modality by which you see some kind of energetic drama playing out and being like, "Oh, it's entertaining," but it's not constructive. Because I keep on seeing the space by which I feel like this is you, like you looking at something and saying this is not constructive is literally the sound of you maturating because it's the space by which you say, I'm not interested in the energetic drama of something. I'm interested. I'm interested in understanding like it's like I keep wondering it's not the what, but it's the why. And I feel like you kind of forcing that conversation or holding on to that and being rigid about it, I feel like even that is going to kind of help you kind of get anchored in relationality to what it is that you're hoping to find versus how you're potentially feeling towards what it is that's coming towards you in those spaces. Thank you so much for having that reading with me. And if this message connected to you as well, it's very common for those who need these messages to be here to experience them. We are doing personal readings right now. The list is closed, but if you'd like to get on the list is going to be specifically subscriber only for the next few days. But if you would like to get on the list for Monday, Monday, you will be the first person read for. I'm going to take a moment to read over some of the comments that came through as I was reading. How are you doing today, Wushu? And Desi, thank you again for sharing the live. I did not message you, Miss Sil. If you got a message, it wasn't from me. Are you sure it was from me? I don't direct message individuals for readings, but there are a lot of accounts that pretend to be me. So, and I'm afraid I don't do pregnancy readings. So I hope that helps. And I do ask, please don't repeat that. You don't need to continue to repeat your question in the comments. It's not courteous to those who are trying to communicate in the chat. We finished the collective today, Matilda. Yeah, I'm trying to remind myself that this is not even constructive criticism. Thank you. When the self-doubt comes up, you're welcome. And that's what I keep on seeing. Like, I feel like you dispelling, like, I keep on hearing the self-criticism is the karmic, right? Like, it's the energy, like, that's what you're working, like, that's not constructive. I'm not, I like, and I feel like even the space, I keep on hearing the self-criticism is karmic, which is the space by which if you're not feeling it's constructive, that's further affirmation that it's karmic, because it's the energy that says, I'm not, it's not helpful. It just feels like something that's a distraction. We can do your 50K today, dear. Yep. And Alexandra, you're the next person on the list. So if you want to let me know, you said it will get more difficult once I figure it out. I mean, I feel like it's defined difficult. I don't think it's, I think it's difficult because I feel like you're currently experiencing that difficulty, right? It's like understanding and recognizing the complication of something, but then also I keep wondering, finding the force of intention to trust yourself in the process of navigating, of like working through it, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like it's interesting too, because as I said that, the tower in its transverse came through. And it's funny because that's a guide saying, define difficult. It's like define difficult. You know, like it's really funny. It's like define difficult, which is saying what like, is it difficult? Like, it's funny that was what I feel like you need to write that down. Define difficult, because I keep on hearing that. All right, we're going to continue right now. The next person on the list is Alexandra. Alexandra, if you're here, can you respond in all? I keep on, yeah, I've got, yeah, that's, yeah, okay. Yeah, there's a private message there offline I can bring towards you, Ava. Okay. And Alexandra, if you can let me know if you'd like a general reading or if you have a specific question you'd like me to answer. Hi, dear. We're also at 55.9K likes. When we get to 100K, I'll be gifting a reading back to the collective. So make sure you're tapping that screen and you'll get to 100K. We'll get to 100K in no time. Thank you. It's in the disco. Is it inside T or is it outside T? And before we continue, let's warm up those intuition muscles with an intuition check. I've got the animal spirit guide card here. We're going to count back from 10. And when we get to 1, I will reveal the card. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ren. Okay. And I'm going to pin up Alexandra here. It's very interesting that we pulled the Wren and you said the Eagle. Essentially, would love advice from my past life or higher self on the space of work and career. I feel like I'm shedding the illusion of what I had to do to hold myself to. Less of an idea of what sounds nice versus now focusing on the evidence in front of me, such as what I actually have been enjoying, actually doing it in my own time. Soul searching has been big this month, and I would love advice or insight on proceeding in honor of what is right for me. Got it. Beautiful question. Beautifully phrased. 4 cards. Mm-hmm. Ooh. I mean, if you understand your purpose, then the situation is one that's location. And you have to get over the space of fearing of disappointing others. And everything I keep on seeing is, and it's interesting too, because I feel like it's actually most of the reading that we're getting right now is coming through the animal spirit guide cards, which is like if you're trying to convince someone you're an eagle and they would really prefer you to be a wren, you're not going to get anywhere. You're not going to get anywhere. It's like it's working through another person's insecurities, you know? Like energy, like the sound the sound of someone not believing in you is the song of someone saying you're getting too big for your britches. I'm going to say that again. The song of someone not believing in you is the song of someone saying you're getting too big for your britches, because it's the energy that says I far prefer to see you diminished, right? You moving towards your purpose is going to kind of energetically require this space of understanding that, and this is what happens, like us moving towards our purpose upset individuals, and they upset the best individuals, right? Like the sound of the disappointment, and especially for those with feminine energy, bearing in mind this is not based on gender, but what it feels most aligned to. The song you will hear as you're moving towards your purpose is, you know, you're really letting me down, right? Letting down who? Letting down what? The space by which another person says, who do you think you are? Do you think you're better than something? It's not better if it's energetically reciprocal. If there's something that you find for yourself that you would eagerly and delightfully have towards another, then it's not too much to ask for. But you would be surprised, how unreasonable another will make it when they want you to be satisfied with what it is they're giving you, right? You will be surprised by how unreasonable another person will articulate an energetic standard is. And the problem with that is often that being like, I'll take not the space by what you say, you know, I'll have to, I guess this isn't for me. And I can see the fact, like it's hard because I feel like this is, I see like this is you finding your niche. And the thing about finding a niche is we find our niche when we recognize that we're not for everyone, right? In order to find one's niche, we just have to recognize that we're not for everyone. It's not for everybody to understand, right? And often, and this is the best part about having a niche. The best part about having a niche is, and this is my fate, like the best part about having a niche is someone will sit there and they'll explain to you why they don't get it. And people in the niche will look at each other and go, exactly. That's the thing with a niche that's very funny. It's like often the way you can tell that you're in a niche is in the space by which another person articulates about the fact that they don't get it. You being like, and this is what the niche is for. Like because even in the articulation of why they don't get it, they prove the point, is what I keep on seeing. And so, and I feel like that modality or that experience, and I keep on hearing, are you having a problem with sense or location? Are you having a problem with sense or location? Which is the space by which you're saying something that makes sense. If you're making sense and it's quiet, that often doesn't mean that you're not doing something correctly. It means that you're just in the wrong space with it. So I keep on seeing, this is you. Like I keep on hearing, let that quiet attune you to finding the right direction, right? So if those modalities or experiences where you're articulating something to I keep wondering, if you're articulating something to another person and they're just giving you a blank stare, right? I keep on hearing the blank stare of incomprehension can often be the modality by which you say, this is not, like, I keep on hearing not feeling the need to have to overly explain the self, because I keep on seeing, it's like I keep on hearing, like, sometimes I keep on getting, sometimes we're not making sense. Sometimes we're making too much sense, which is the space by which we're making so much sense that it flies over the head and out the window of someone that can't keep up with it. And that's what I meant about seeing like Ren and Eagle energy around you right now, which is I keep on hearing maybe some of that quietude that you're experiencing is not due to the fact that you're not making sense, but the fact that you're like, I keep on hearing the fact that you're like the fact that you're clearing, like you're clearing a path so quickly through something that other energy is feeling like insecure in the process of energetically speaking to you, is what I keep on seeing. Like, have you considered that somebody is intimidated? Have you considered that someone is energetically intimidated, is what I keep on seeing. So I feel like that's the hard part about it. So I feel like I want you to like, I feel like I keep on hearing when you're finding your niche, the work that you have to do is going to as many different places as possible to see where you energetically fit in, right? When we're finding our niche, it's not about trying to get comfortable or trying to figure out like trying to like figure out what we need to do to get to fit in more. It's more about identifying and recognizing, like being able to articulate and introduce your. I keep on hearing being able to articulate and introduce to another, like like helping someone keep up is what I keep on hearing, or potentially breaking something down. You know what I mean? Like maybe I keep wondering, maybe the solution for you isn't big steps. Maybe the solution is baby steps, is what I keep on hearing. And what's interesting about that is, and I keep on seeing this in relationality to work. I, I see you in some kind of transitional space, which is like I said, like you're finding your niche, which feels like again, you're still working into the space where like you're too qualified for something, but you're not energetically qualified enough for something else. So I keep on seeing there might be something important right now. I keep on hearing also in relationality to building some kind of accreditation is what I'm getting to. So that might be something that this is something that came in last time we read for you as well. I feel like you were also talking about that. Potentially, I keep on hearing like I would literally never, I almost never say this to someone, but it does feel like almost a space by which you're almost being called to do dual path work right now, right? Which is the space by which you say, I'm uncomfortable right now, but I'm working towards something that's going to help me get a leg up in the future, is what I keep on seeing, right? Like I keep on hearing, it's funny because most people, I would articulate the fact that they're going too slowly because of dual path work. But it's funny because for whenever I read for you, and especially the fact that we had that adder energy, like the adder energy, I was almost saying, have you considered dual path work, which is saying I'm doing this while I'm building towards that? Because suddenly I keep on hearing the patience that you don't have for something increases tremendously when you understand that it's the patience of a backbone that you're creating for something that you're hoping to do in the future. I keep on hearing like if the thing you're doing right now is frustrating you, let it serve as the backbone for what it is that you're becoming, which is the ability of again coming into that dual path work of saying, this doesn't shape me. This is helping me get to where I need to be. Bottom of the deck, yeah, especially with the Six of Cups in its reversal. Like the difference, I keep on hearing the difference between doing something and this is what we talk about too. It's not the fact that everything we do, we have to have a passion for, right? But when we channel something that we don't have a passion for into fulfilling our passion, that's often how the energy that isn't, we're not passionate about finds meaning, right? Because it's a derivation of meaning that allows us to be able to do something more effectively. So I keep on seeing, would this conversation about how you feel about career change prospectively if you felt like I'm doing this while I'm working upon getting that? Because if there's a modality about which you say, oh, wow, like suddenly becomes a lot easier because I'm not just doing this. It doesn't define me, but I'm saying I'm doing this while I'm working upon getting that. I keep on hearing that can change the landscape in relationality to how we navigate something or even finding more patience for it. So I keep on hearing, don't think so much in the moment. Think about where you want to be in 6 years and let that kind of carve into the experience of what it is that you're trying to develop for yourself right now. Thank you so much for having that reading with me and Alexandra. And if that message also connected to you as well, it's very common for those who need these messages to be here to experience them. We are doing personal readings right now. The list is closed. But if you'd like to get on the list for the next time I'll be live, you can do so now and you'll be the first person read for. I'm going to take a moment to read over some of the comments that came through as it was reading. Hi there. Yeah, can't keep. I love Nikki always popping up in just like just the non sequitur. It delights me. How are you doing today? You're so welcome, dear. Yeah, I feel that space of being misunderstood. No longer surprised, but hugely disappointed. I feel like when I share ideas or passions, it's crickets. Yep, so true. That helps. Hope they may have that hope that they may have finally grown. Sending you support, Ella. I used to experience that with friends that did not align with my vision, but facing the fact that they haven't. Yes, and thank you as well. Can't keep up. I missed the giveaway. It's okay, Fig. Yes. Hey there, Shayla. That was Fig. That was the number. What, are you kidding? Oh, Fig, that was the number. I will be able to sell. The list is closed right now, Shayla. We're about to get started on 1 card readings for subscribers if you'd like to become a super fan. Oh, wow. Oh, wait, you chose that. Oh, I didn't see you choosing the 17, Laurel. That's wild. And you saw a white owl instead of the wren. So for me, oh, that's wild. These are donation based. Yep. Oh my gosh, yes, it's been frustrating. I was thinking of going back to school. Yes. Right? Like, would it be less frustrating if it was serving as the backbone? Yes, I needed to hear that. Knowing that the end goal won't be conventional has created doubt. I love that. Hold on a minute. Yep, I'm not passionate about my job, but I love the clients I have, so it makes me passionate. Patience is the overall message today. Yeah, it's definitely hard because you're so excited about it. Bridget. Bridget is like, I'm creating like Bridget's developing a wound around patience. All right, we're going to continue right now. We're going to be starting 1 card readings. If you are a subscriber and would like a 1 card reading, go ahead and put your question in the comments. If you would like to become a subscriber, you just need to become a super fan, and your super fan status will make you eligible for a 1 card. And if you are a subscriber, please recharge your heart needs if you would also like an animal spirit guide card. You're so welcome, Alexandra. A patience wound. Gina, 1 card, highest priority, please. Show someone. Why talk more to yourself. It's not, I keep on hearing it's not bragging if it's true. Yeah, it's not bragging if it's true. It's not wrong to articulate your accomplishments, but I feel like you're healing from some kind of insecurity in energy that told you that told you that you were like making someone feel bad because you're good at something. I keep on hearing speak, like sing on it. Sing your accomplishments. It's not bragging if it's true. All right. 1 card for Bridget, highest priority, please. Yeah, I feel like this, is your counterpart a Pisces? Like, the thing with this, I feel like this Neptune in Pisces is having a real impact on someone emotionally. Like, I see somebody, this is a type of person that when they make a decision, they don't wait. But I keep on hearing they're navigating the fact that they're going through a complicated decision, which is the fact that they know what they want to do, but it's taking some time to do it. Bottom of the deck. Yeah, like I keep on, I feel like it's like energy that's like told you they're going through a maturation process. They wish they could go back to a younger version of self. And like I keep on hearing I keep on hearing they're having like a heartbreaker moment. Like I keep on seeing it's like energy that says like they wish that there's something else that they can do, but I keep on hearing like the energy being like, you know, Like I can't, I keep on hearing like I either make this decision or I need a time machine. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of sentimentality that's coming up. Animal spirit guide, the boar, you know? I feel like this is I keep on hearing like somebody's going through some kind of process where they feel like no good deed goes unpunished. Like the space by which I feel like they did everything they could to make someone feel comfortable. And I keep on hearing like that energy, instead of being appreciative, is now like I keep on hearing it's like the energy that's saying it's like they want more of their time and energy, and they're making upset like they're upset because they're making healthier choices is what I keep on seeing. So I feel like if you're going through that and it's a lot, like I almost feel like I said, like writing out what you're feeling or holding space for it or giving, I feel like going through some meditation and sending someone energetic support as they do that can sometimes feel healthy, because it doesn't feel like it's pulling on you. It feels like it's like you almost like putting that energetic attention in terms of letting another person know that they're not alone in that. No problem, Sheila. Highest priority for Fig on what do you need in the form of advice right now? I feel like you have to stop being so hard on yourself. I keep on hearing like all we can do is the best that we can. And I feel like I keep on hearing there's no greater gift than we can give someone than preparation. Right? Not necessarily needing to fix something for everyone, not having to create you don't like when you here's the thing. When you educate someone, you don't need to worry about whether they'll be in the perfect situation. You know that you've given them enough to know what to do if they're not, is what I keep on hearing. Bottom of the deck. Yeah, high priestess, right? Like working through the calibration, like the education we give another is preparing for those situations or circumstances by which we don't have control of circumstances or situations. So I feel like your ability of kind of building into confidence there or giving someone confidence to trust themselves, I keep on seeing like that is the best. I keep on hearing that is the best gift you can give someone, because you're learning. I keep on hearing you're giving them the ability to trust themselves. And also like I feel like you're supporting them through that journey instead of making them question. Animal spirit guide. Yeah, the owl, right? The gift of wisdom is helping another person, like the gift of being able to see things with clarity. So I feel like something about you doing that is like I keep on hearing you're fortifying another person because you're giving them all the things they need in order to do something as well as they can. Yep, hold on a minute. All right. Ella, one card around approaching. Oh, okay. Well, I can't do a medical reading, but around approaching that creator. Yeah, I feel like there's something about articulating upon how something will be mutually beneficial is what I keep on seeing. So I feel like it's the ability to articulate and identify what that would be or what the shape of it would be. I keep on seeing like the more you're able to articulate or amplify, or the more that you're helping, like I keep on hearing like having some kind of schedule or calendar will help as well, in terms of like I keep on hearing like helping another person understand what you need from them. Animal spirit guide. Yeah, especially with the wolf energy. Like I keep on seeing like helping, like how I keep on hearing like the wolf energy is like coming, I keep on seeing like coming towards someone in a way of understanding that they may be wary, because I keep on seeing it's like the space by which you have to articulate to another person. Like I keep on hearing like don't be upset if like I feel like make sure that you introduce yourself by like I keep on hearing also like references is what I keep on seeing, because I feel like there's something about them having been wounded before in relationality to some kind of partnership, or talking through that in some way. Nikki, one card on running into old boss last night. Wow. I see somebody, like I don't I see some I don't know if I hear somebody like we were just talking about you kind of energy. Bottom of the deck, you know? Like I almost like if somebody I keep wondering somebody being tongue tied. You know, like, I don't know. I feel like somebody's like I keep on being like feeling like somebody was worried about being weird or feeling like they like feel like they were like I keep on hearing they were just shocked to see you. Animal spirit guide, yeah, especially with the earth dragon. I wouldn't be surprised if that energy reaches out again. Because I almost feel like I see somebody that was like you. I keep on hearing somebody say you caught me by surprise. Per one card energy update on Kitty for her. I feel like they miss you, you know? I feel like I see somebody that feels like they're better when you're around. Yeah. Like but I also feel like I see somebody that's like that feel protective of you. Like I feel like there's something here where they're fine, but they're more explorative when you're around. Animal spirit guide, like you give them confidence. Yeah. Like they actually, I feel like their whole demeanor changes when you're not there because it's like I keep on seeing they feel confident to try new things when you're there. Like your presence gives them confidence to take more risks. No patience. Alexandra, you got two cards right now because you are the second highest gifter. Highest priority. Yeah, right? Would something serve better as a backbone? Which is the space by which you're doing something, knowing that it's helping you do something else. Like I keep on seeing not potentially feeling like you're looking for to find a way to be passionate about something, but allowing something that you're doing now to move you towards something that you're more passionate about. Bottom of the deck, yeah. Like this is again, especially with this page of wands, this could be some kind of education path work or considering or exploring that in some way. Yeah, you saw that strength reversed, right? How are you doing, Agnes? Thank you for those gifts. I'll look from them there. I mean, I keep on seeing like I feel like I keep on seeing some kind of space like they're invested somewhere. They're trying to untangle, and I feel like it feels very like it feels very city when I see them. If it helps, yeah. As one card on the world card in reverse, I just pulled in a reading. What do I need to know about it? Um, don't allow yourself to be overwhelmed by everything that's going wrong. Focus on what you can make right. Bottom of the deck. Yeah, page of swords, navigate your drop, right? Everything helps. And that doesn't mean I keep on hearing that doesn't mean we have to have a Herculean effort on something. But allow that force of I keep on hearing a little bit every day goes a long way. Okay? All right. You're welcome, Figs. Yeah, the my old president of old company at the grocery store. That's wild after those career readings. Oh my gosh, that's wild. No, I feel like I don't know why, but like I feel like I don't know why. Like it feels to me like, are you planning for a trip? You know, like I'm sensing some kind of energy there. Like there's giving me. I feel like I see somebody stir crazy, or they're trying to get into something, but they can't do so. Like they can't do so unless you're present. That's what I was kind of picking up on. Hold on a minute. You're so welcome, Ella. Yeah, trust the vision. I look like a candy cane. Oh, I'll take it. You like it. Oh, that's wild. Interesting. That's funny. The list is closed right now. But again, we will be back on. So I will be back on over the next few days to honor one card readings for subscribers and subscribers only. So if any subscribers want to get on the list for tomorrow, you can do so, and you'll be the first person read for. Um, I want to thank you guys so much for being here today and sharing in these messages. As I mentioned, the next few days will only be dedicating time for subscriber readings and personals for subscribers. So if there's any subscribers who would like to get on the list, you can do so, and I'll let you guys know when I'll be coming online. I want to thank you guys so much for being here and sharing these messages today. If you became a subscriber today, welcome. I would encourage you to head over to our subscriber only disco channel and introduce yourself to the collective. You'll also find in the perk section a special coupon code to get a discount to our tarot class subscription program over on the Stack. Our next class is November 19th, and we'll be studying the Sun card. I want to thank you guys so much for being here today and sharing in these messages. Huge thank you to my followers, old and new. Thank you for spending your afternoon with me. Huge thank you to my subscribers, your ongoing support. That would help Nikki out. Your ongoing support means the absolute world to me. And the biggest thank you to my mods. Thank you for all of your help today, Kay Megan. I hope you guys have an absolutely beautiful day. Please take care of yourselves. Please take care of one another. And we'll do this again tomorrow. Have a great day. We'll do this again for subscribers tomorrow. Have a great day, everyone.